Hello, and thank you for joining us for the game night. Tonight, we will be diving into our continuing D&D adventures in the world of Drax Arcadia. Let's start with an introduction of our players and their characters.
Hi, I'm Lindsay. I play Ember. Ember is about 5'8". She has dark auburn hair. She is someone who is very outgoing and a leader of her community, and she is very connected to like the sea, and she is very justice oriented.
Hi, I'm Beth. I play Lorelai Delphine. She is about 5'7", pretty long, inky black hair, lavender eyes, very pale skin. She is 21 years old, and she's very she's not trustworthy at the moment. She's working on it, but she'll get there.
Okay. Well, Ember, the mother of your childhood friend Tristan is found dead, and worse, after a dwarven merchant transporting goods passes through on the way to Dragon's Mouth. How do you react to that?
Shock. I'm shocked. I'm really wanting to find out who did this and get justice for my best friend, my longest relationship I've had in my life. So right now I'm feeling pretty disappointed and pretty angry.
Um, as you ask questions about from the militia that's doing the town guard role and talk to Tristan, you come to find out that the dwarf um, was named Gobreth Orfoot. And he's a trader that has known to come through town once in a while. His ship stows up here and then transports overland the 2 days journey to Dragon's Mouth. Just because it's just so much more expensive and dangerous to get actually into the port of Dragon's Mouth.
Okay, so he's coming through.
Yeah.
This
So rather
way.
than brave the dire straits, he goes to the safer
the safer
fishing
route.
village and then cuts across.
Okay.
This is the first time that there's been a real issue, but something very bad happened to that woman, and then she was killed.
And he's passing.
And
He's
just
passing
happened to
through
be
for
passing.
the first time. So, I'm thinking there's probably a connection there, and I would like to probably find him, seek him out.
How do you think you'd go about doing that?
Someone's had to see him. Was my guess. So
He's already left, so it's a matter of, do you leave town to go after him?
I would, but I feel like I would also want to see if he talked to someone to see if they had any information on where he could possibly be going.
Okay.
Like, did he make any connections? Did he, really flap his mouth to people?
It's an exaggerated title here, but the Dockmaster, he did tell him that the stuff's bound for Dragon's Mouth.
Okay.
And
So that's
and
where,
he, like I said, he has come through here before, not a big deal, but like he's usually here in like the early morning and he's gone in the afternoon. This is the first time he like stayed overnight.
yeah.
And this is the first time there's been this kind of problem.
Yeah, so I guess I would probably make my way to Dragon's Mouth. For sure.
You gather up your gear, you tell the important people in your life that you're heading out and you'll be back. And you
Tristan.
hear,
Tell Tristan and Elena that I'm heading out.
and you hear the leathery flapping of Aggie, the pseudo dragon, as he lands on your shoulder.
My buddy.
He goes, "What are we doing now?"
We are going to get vengeance for a great hurt.
We're good people. We get justice.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes. It's pretty much the same.
Either way, what's going to happen is that someone's going to pay for what they've done.
It's a good idea. It's a 2-day journey. Do we have the supplies for that? I eat a lot. I don't get this pot belly for no reason.
So she's gonna look in her pocket. She's gonna go through her bag, and she's like, I don't know. You really do eat a lot. I don't know if this is enough. Maybe we should stop and grab you something, just in case you get a little bit cranky on the way there.
It's a good idea. To the tavern!
Yes, to the tavern.
I do love the tavern. And he starts bombing on your shoulder.
That makes 2 of us. Only I'm not going to get a little crazy in there before our journey.
Oh, no, it's his business.
Business only.
I'm going for business,
Yes.
not for drinking or vengeance.
No. I wonder if we can take some to go, though. Think that's bad? To go seek vengeance?
I mean, it's cold.
When you've had a lot of mead?
Well, it's 2 days. I mean, it'll be fine.
Okay, I trust you.
Yes. I want one for me.
Heard.
But it's a quick trip to the tavern. There's some coins pass between hands, and you're given a supply pack that'll get you like it's 5 days worth of food and stuff. And it's not just rations. It's like this is bread, and this is like jerky, and this is
Delicious
like
food.
this is like like a little clay pot of stew, and like
Mhm.
chowder, like stuff like that. Like it's good stuff.
So we're set. We are set for the journey. We're not
And
going to
he's
go
got
hungry.
himself like a little neck, like around the neck holder,
Oh,
like a Saint Bernard.
so cute. I can't.
But he's got like a wooden straw like jammed into the side of it.
I
And
love
once in a while,
it.
he's just like,
I love it.
He's like, this is a fantastic idea. I love the tavern keeper.
Yeah, he's my favorite thing.
So
He's your
you
bestie.
take off on foot. Now it's by horse and cart. It's 2 days. By foot, it's closer to 3. So let's do some checks. Roll me a d20 and add your survival. First roll of the night.
I'm sorry?
I was talking to the camera.
Oh, let's see. A 10 plus... Where is it? Last one? It's just a 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're able to stay on the roads. You avoid any kind of like the detours, like cross paths. You're like, should I take a left now? He's like, no, I don't think that's stay straight. See the sign.
Thank God he's here.
Say that this says Drax Mirik. It means dragon's mouth. I know. We're working on Draconic, and you'll get there. It's okay. But let's go.
Okay.
And every once in a while, he'll like flutter around, like giving off very much like Figment vibes. Yeah. He's in you guys are traveling over the next couple days. In about the middle of the 3rd day of your journey, and this is like popping a tent up, making camp, all that. But because these roads are patrolled very often from the White Guard of Dragon's Mouth, you don't see any bandits. You don't see any monsters.
I feel pretty safe.
And I will even say, at some point along this journey, you have seen a white dragon flying overhead with someone on its back.
Curious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this distance, it's tough to make out. But you know what? Give me a perception check. Maybe you can get the details.
18.
18? Definitely looks like a muscly guy with dark armor, like a breastplate, and what you can make out, it's either like a orc or like a half orc or something like that, but it's got a strip that goes from like the pauldron across to the hip that's all white.
Is white very similar to the like White Guard, or like different altogether?
These would be the like that. You're pretty sure, like if you were like trying to connect dots, this is probably the guards from Tower.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that makes sense too, because they'll have a white strip across. So the guy's riding a white dragon.
So I know, like
hey,
it's not a surprise.
Okay.
You're like, oh, that's crazy. He's like, it's the guard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course it's the guard. And there goes the cat. All right, that's the black guard. Because she's a black cat. But, yeah, you're journeying on. You get to where you can start to see where there's a pass in the mountains that you're approaching, which even from your town of Twin Oaks, you can see this mountain range in the distance. And over the few days of travel, it just gets giant. It's like it just gets bigger and bigger. It doesn't ever feel like it's getting closer. It just looks it's getting larger.
Feel like it's getting closer.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my god! It's just, and it is this massive, like it's a giant mountain range, and you're just like, huh. But you start to see where there's like a pass, and you see where the road's heading in that direction. There's other roads along the side of the mountain ranges, and another one that's coming like from across more of the open rolling tundra. that is like forever frozen off to the farther north.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I'm picturing it.
Yeah, and you could see a bunch of vehicles coming and going, and the vehicles range from like this guy's thing, which is like a covered wagon, which is
Mm-hmm.
what you would expect from just like a general like trader caravan thing,
Mm-hmm.
to you actually see some mechanical stuff that looks like very steampunky diesel punk stuff with like lots of clockwork things, and some of it's pouring like white plumes of steam, and some of it's like chucking out like black jets of like soot every once in a
Would this
while.
surprise me, or have I seen that before? Like, have I
Y-
seen something similar to that before, or is this something that I'm not fully coming from my town, right? Like,
Your
we don't really have
town
that.
doesn't really deal with this kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but you've seen like some ships that have come in that
Okay.
had like paddle wheels and stuff, and you're like,
Okay.
oh, there's some crazy stuff going on, and you've heard about things in the world changing, and you've seen like there's people coming and going more often with firearms than crossbows,
Yeah.
and like some people don't even carry melee weapons at all.
I think for me, seeing that, I would feel probably intrigued and also a little bit on edge isn't the right word. A little bit like, kind of like, this is really cool, and what does it bring?
Right.
Yeah, that's what.
Um, and this is also on the tail of a few days ago. There was a giant face in the sky that warned everybody that the heroes of the world have turned against each other. You know,
Yeah,
like
no,
and
that's
are
alarming.
have been secretly. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't really know what's going
it's
on, but
I mean,
could be the apocalypse. No, yeah,
I'm not
Fun
gonna I'm not
times.
gonna freak out yet. You know, I'm up for a challenge.
but
Generally speaking, I like to
um,
adventure and see what's out there.
yeah, you can make your way, and you kind of join like traffic essentially as these carts and vehicles are moving in, and you see like one that looks like it's got like treads on the back of it with like
Hmm.
skis in the front. And you see no mounts, you see no things of it, and there's just like
It's just
it's
moving.
metal,
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
it's
I
just
saw it.
like rivets, and it's just
chugging
chugging
along.
along, just and every once in a while it's just out the back just black. It's just scatters across the snow, and you're like, well, okay, that's a thing.
Yeah.
But then you also see people on just horses that are just dashing through, and then like
It's
they're
a mixture of the old and the new, it feels like.
very much like old school Boston
Hmm.
at the turn of the century when it's starting to like you're starting to get in the beginning of the industrial
Yeah.
era where you would see like a horse-drawn cart and a Model T on the road at the
Hmm.
same time. That
Okay.
but no, yeah, you're trucking right along into the traffic. You to enter the city by land, you have to pass through the mountain ranges pass here, and you get to see this great fortification that looks like it's carved from the mountains themselves. There's two towers that pincer the entrance to the mountain pass,
Hmm.
and they're all linked by battlements that wind around the mountains and back to the main gate, the main wall of the main gate, and like up right above it. And you can see walking the pass. I'm sorry, walking the battlements. Are more of those like look. You can now if you can see them better. There are orcs
Okay.
Okay.
with the band of white that goes
Tower.
across. Yeah.
So towers up there in the
Well,
mountain.
they are not tower.
Those
They are
aren't.
the white guard of
Oh,
Dragon's Mouth.
gotcha.
Tower is something of the past.
So the guy on the dragon was Tower.
Mm.
I think he was
Tower.
Tower.
Tower's not a thing.
Tower's not a thing anymore. Tower's fallen. There's something in character you'll end up learning about involving 10 towers.
Okay, but I think when before, Ember thought it was probably Tower, but Tower doesn't exist
Mm-mm.
anymore. Okay.
And this throws back to the voice in the sky.
Yes. Okay.
But no, yeah, you go, oh, okay. And even then, maybe there's the confusion of your characters. You're like, oh, so they're just guards.
Hmm.
But maybe they could be tower guards. No, you know. But no, and the steps, the path leads to steps and ramps that go up into the massive 3-story tall gateway that is the main gate. And that looks like, from your vantage point, it opens up into a deep tunnel that's just as big.
Okay.
Um, what do you do?
I'm going in the tunnel. It's before me.
Yeah,
It's
the vehicles
waiting
and
to be
stuff. The
explored.
vehicles and stuff take the ramps on the sides, and
Okay.
the main entrance. There's an obvious division between this is going this way and this is coming.
Yeah.
This is going that way.
I'm assuming I'm not the only one walking through the tunnel.
No.
Yeah, so it feels like this is where I'm supposed to
Most people
go.
are mounts there, but there's a handful of people that are.
I mean, like this is where people
this is the
generally go
entrance to the
through.
town,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna head into the tunnel.
And this is at this point you're looking at. Let's see. Let's let dice decide. It's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So it's not dark yet, but you're starting to see at the edges, like if you turn around and you look back towards the tundra plains and stuff, you can see like at the edge of that you're starting to see like where the blue's starting to go orange.
Yeah. Sunset.
Yeah. And you walk through the gates, the guards, eyeing everybody as they go, and you can see how as you go through the tunnel, there's a lot of the carts and stuff are going off to the right, and what looks to be almost like a customs inspection place. That's like an office that people are stopping and having more of these orc guards going through and checking things.
So there's no. I mean, I'm gonna have to
and
go
now
there.
you can see a little bit better now that you're like actually on the same like floor as some of these people. That they're not like the typical bright or like dark green skinned orcs that you're used to seeing. These guys have more of like a grayish complexion.
Would I know what makes them different? Would I?
Being around this area, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. It'd be like a history check normally, but you understand that these guys are the Frostblood clan of orcs.
Okay.
That are directly linked to the White Flight of dragons.
Okay. So I'm going through.
Which to you, the White Dragons aren't so nice.
Okay. So I would probably feel a little bit apprehensive. I'm definitely on guard around these guys.
Yeah. So far though, nobody's like eyeballed you out. You're just another person coming.
But I'm
through
wondering what's the impression that I'm walking around with Aggie, like on my shoulder?
There have been some looks from some of the people on like the carts and stuff, and little kids that are like, "Oh, mommy, look,"
yeah,
that kind of thing. And she's like, "Don't point." But no, nobody's in your business.
But those orcs.
So far, they haven't really shown any kind of concern about.
Okay. Because I'm about to defend my dragon. Can't come for my baby.
You know that pseudo dragons are typically treated like people treat cats.
Okay.
They're not like they're super cool cats, but they're not like.
Well, people,
they're not crazy dangerous.
Some people hate cats. Just gonna point that out.
And those are bad people.
Those are bad people. We don't trust people that don't like cats. So.
But you continue on through the tunnel, and you can see off to the left there's a similar checkpoint, but that's for stuff that's coming out, like leaving exports.
Okay.
So you have an import checkpoint and an export checkpoint.
Well, I'm gonna go to the.
And then on towards the exports tunnel side, there's actually like a little sign hanging that says Blue Industries.
I'm curious about Blue Industries, and I know that I'm supposed to, by rules, go to that line, but I am nosy.
Well, you would only be going to the imports if you were here with supplies, or if you were here selling things and needed to be checked in for like your delivery.
So what I'm hearing is you can still walk through.
Yeah, you can walk into the town, no problem. But if you did want to stop and investigate about that dwarf at the imports, that would take you getting in the line, waiting.
But I'm interested in Blue Industries. Is that important? I want to check it out.
Okay.
Because I'm nosy.
You start heading that way, and at first nobody says anything. You pass past the checkpoint, and you start seeing the tunnel goes for a ways into this. You see signs on the wall that have another one that says Blue Industries on it, but it looks like it's hanging over something.
Okay.
Like a placard that used to be there, or that is still there, but it's covered by this. But you also see like iron wrought doors that you can kind of put two together, and like you're in the old dwarven part of the city. All of these fortifications, now that you're getting a good look at them, they kind of vibe old dwarf because this city was originally a dwarven mine
Okay.
Oh.
and like a defensive military point, and it has grown into becoming this. Well, they call it the city of the cartels.
Doesn't sound ominous at all.
It sounds like so much fun.
Sounds like a joy. Well, can I would like to can I lift up the sign because I want to see what it's actually covering. I want to see what they covered up with the blue sign.
Dwarven mining excavation, and it's just like a little arrow sign
Okay.
pointing deeper into the area.
Did they just rename it Blue Industries or? So I want to keep going. This is all very interesting to me.
You keep going, and you like those big iron rod doors that you can tell
Mhm.
lead into the fort. You start passing by some of them that are humongous, that are like 15 feet tall by like 12 feet wide, and you're like, oh, they have dragons. These are the dragon doors. I understand. And as you get farther in, like it's always a little cold,
Mhm.
but now it's not so bad without the wind, and it's a little. You're feeling like the natural like 72 degrees like of like being in this underground almost like because you could tell this has been carved from the mountain. This tunnel is not a natural phenomenon. This was, and you can tell
Yeah.
the way the striations of the caving it is definitely a carved tunnel. um, but no, you continue to move on. There's lights every once in a while that are like stuck with, they're like crystals that give off like a low ambient light,
Mhm.
just enough that if you have dark vision, you can see just fine. But if you don't, like if you're one of the human races or things like that, then it would be just light enough where you can make out where you're going and not trip over stuff.
Okay, so it's a little dim.
Mm.
So it's a little dim.
But you start to get to where you see
something.
a very ornately done up in metal and glass and like wall across the end of the tunnel, and it like done up very much like the Stark Industries logo is. It
Yeah.
says Blue Industries and does like, and it has that etched into the glass or crystal
Okay.
or whatever it is, and there is one like metal door in the front. There are also 4 guards
Open the door. There's 4 guards.
standing outside that like are just generally like patrolling the last little bit. Like a couple of them are walking in circles, and 2 of them are standing by the entrance itself, and they're decked out in like blue, um, like jumpsuits underneath. Like it's like how Boba Fett's got like the jumpsuit underneath, like that armor, and like a blue steel breastplate, and the symbol of Blue Industries on their shoulder pauldrons. They also are all equipped with guns, and only guns.
I'm very curious that I've gotten this far. I don't know if I want to walk away because why would you need all these guards if no one's supposed to be back here either? Like this far back, and I'm the only one that's back here, like heading to this.
Yeah.
Like, what are they keeping? Obviously, the dragon doors for sure.
Well, the dragon doors are leading into the. And that's the cat.
Is she okay?
I hope so.
Okay.
But they're leading into the fortifications of the city proper. This looks like it's blocked off the entrance to the mine.
I want to see what's in there.
Do you continue to move forward?
Yeah, because also, what if this has something to do? Not that it's directly related, but what if this is like wrapped up into like activity, like criminal activity, which would in turn like have to do with the murder of Tristan's mom? Like, what are they bringing in? What's going on?
This has piqued your curiosity,
Yeah.
and you would like to find out something.
I
Okay.
would really like to go.
You walk up, and one of the patrolling guards steps over and goes, "Excuse me, miss. Are you lost?
No, I'm not lost.
Do you have an appointment?
Yes.
Can I get your name?"
My name is Jane.
Jane. What should I tell them to look for? Jane under what?
Silver Star.
Silver Star?
Mm-hmm.
He touches his throat, and he goes, "I have a Jane Silver Star here for an appointment." Are you sure it was for today, ma'am?
It was. I mean, like, I expect you guys to write stuff down and be organized.
We're very thorough here. I'm sorry you're not allowed to pass.
So you're gonna make me turn all the way around and have to call you again and schedule this when I came from so far. Like, you would think you could accommodate me.
There are plenty of fine inns and taverns in the area. I suggest you take residence in one of them until you get this sorted out. It's not my job to take appointments. It's my job to keep the people safe.
Well, what are you keeping the people safe from, if you don't mind me asking?
Interruptions.
Oh.
Can't let anyone interrupt whatever secret stuff you got going on there.
He just smiles and goes, I think you figured it out.
What else can you tell me?
That the exit's that way. And he points back down the hall.
So I see. I'm gonna roll my eyes, and I'm gonna turn back.
Aggie's like, such poor service here.
I'm gonna turn back, but I'm not gonna go all the way to the end. I'm just gonna, like, go as far where I'm, like, out of
Kind of.
eyesight.
Yeah.
And I want to stay there for a little while because I want to get a good view. I want to give it a good amount of time to see, like, if anyone comes in, if anyone goes out. Are the guards going to get relieved of duty?
How many hours is too long a wait for you?
I'm persistent.
You persistent?
Ember's persistent, and she doesn't like to being told no or what to do.
So, because it was a little after 5 when you got into town, and you kind of beelined this way.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it
Like an instant 90-degree turn.
I'm definitely gonna give it maybe like 2 hours because I have time. I have food.
It won't take that long. It's about 45 minutes later where you're kind of just hanging out and you're shooting a nibble up to Aggie, and
We're like zeroed in.
He's
We're
like- he's a little guy. It didn't take him.
Yeah.
He wasn't able to finish his rum cask in the.
I turn to him and I'm like, quiet down. Like,
If I keep drinking this, I can breathe fire.
Okay, but like you need to keep it down because they're going to notice that we're here. Okay, shh. I'm gonna take your drink away if you don't settle down.
I'll sting you and leave you unconscious. Don't you dare.
Okay, we're gonna talk about this attitude later on.
Don't you do it.
We're gonna talk
Fine.
about this
Don't you do it.
because I'm the boss here.
About 45 minutes after you begun the wait and the back and forth with Aggie, you hear like a boom, and like dust kind of falls from the ceiling.
I'm already scanning, but like I
And
get to alert. I'm
You
like,
can hear like a, and you see it gets louder and louder, and you look down the hall, and there is a white, composite armored individual dragging what looks like a gnome mech suit by the torso
oh.
over his shoulder,
Oh.
and an old gnome person in the other hand with a number 12 on his forehead,
Oh, no.
and he's just walking towards the front of the place.
Is he walking towards where I'm at?
He's gonna pass you.
He's gonna pass me? Ooh, this is hard.
He's looking like he's headed straight down the hall.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to...
You'd also see on one of his pauldrons,
Yeah.
like the left pauldron that's actually closest to you, is a Blue Industries.
Alright. Aggie? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
You should get the hell out of here. He looks like he's really dangerous.
No, Aggie.
Oh.
We have to, like, do something.
With what?
What do you mean? Me and you together?
You have no idea what's going
Together.
on here.
We've been through plenty of adventures
This
and
could
we're just
be
fine.
He could have been in default of his payments and this is a repossession.
Well, does being in default of repayments mean that you get dragged around like that? He's gonna do something awful to him.
The guards would have stopped him.
Aggie, you trust those guards? Do you know not all people protect everyone?
I'm aware of this.
They might be protecting their interests, but they have no interest in protecting the people.
What good is it to step into something we don't know what's going on and get ourselves killed?
Listen, how many times have we been in danger?
Too many.
And we're standing here just fine.
By sheer luck.
Because me and you, we're the best team. Come on, you know this.
By the grace of the winged mercy.
Yeah, hello. This way up on our side. Listen,
What if one day she's not watching?
you know what? I'm not ready to talk about that.
What if one
I
day
think-
she's like taking a bath and she's like, oh shit, when she looks and, and we're just like roadkill.
I mean, I get your concern, and if you don't want to do this, you can just like hide in my backpack. But
He's already halfway in it.
I cannot let this.
You just from the backpack you hear
You're being ridiculous, Aggie. You're being ridiculous.
Being
Like,
the
why?
only sensible one here.
You're a dragon. You should
At
be.
this point, this
great.
guy is now like to you
And I'm like,
in the
God,
hall.
I
As you
said,
turn up and look at him, and
Yeah.
this mirrored faceplate looks back directly at you.
you can't waste any more time, Aggie. So I come out of the. I'm gonna step out.
We're from one of the door frames. And
I'm gonna put myself in. How far away? He's in line, but like, how far away if I step out? Would he be from me?
if you were to step out, it would take you about 15 feet of your movement to get in front of him.
But how far is he from? Like, if I'm in front of him,
Mhm.
am I like face to face, or would we have like 5 feet between us?
He would be like his shoulder is now matching up with you, like in line with you.
Oh, so we're like this,
Yeah.
not like he's.
Yeah, and he's about 10 feet away from you.
Okay, so.
But this guy is literally carrying a 2-ton mech over his shoulder.
Yeah, no, I'm 5'8". How
And a
tall is
little
he?
He looks like he's 6'2".
Okay,
That's scary.
Ish.
obviously, yeah. So like he's
To be not specific.
it's like he's not amazingly much taller than me,
Oh,
but
no.
he's
Yeah.
but he's like super super strong. Obviously, he's carrying this, and I actually don't know what's in the suit though. Like, I don't know who's in the suit. I don't know.
At a glance, you can tell the suit's empty, and he's holding a gnome.
No, not the mech. I'm talking about the person's walking.
who's
that's
in the suit?
In the suit, yeah. So I'm gonna step and start walking and step. Well, he already knows I'm there because I'm gonna walk 7. I'm gonna say, "Excuse me, what are you doing?"
He actually doesn't say anything and keeps walking. He maintains like faceplate to eye contact,
Yeah.
and then he just turns his head away as he's passing by
Oh.
you.
I'm going to step right in front of him and say, "I was talking to you, and I don't like to be ignored."
He goes, sets the suit down, and then goes with his palm about 15 feet away from you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
As a shock wave of pressure. and
So
force.
how do I know what my saving throw is? So I rolled a 17,
Eyes twitching.
and
Actually,
where is that
weird.
on here?
Your dexterity saving throw is a +2.
Where do you see that on here, though, just so I know where to
I have it
find
on
it?
your
the
dex?
sheet, but I don't.
Oh, right here.
yeah,
That's my
yeah.
saving throw?
I believe so. from
Right
what I
here?
can see.
This is where the saving throws are?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let me put that down. So that would give me a 19.
19.
I thought
Mhm.
doesn't it say right there?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You take 10 force damage, and you're not knocked down from this, but you are like the pressure shoots you forward, back down the hall,
Mhm.
like the direction that he's going, 10 feet. Get out-
Question.
Get out.
Question.
In like a modulated voice
Mhm.
that you would you hear from like scary movies and stuff. He goes, "Get out of my way."
Oh, question. And this is like kind of out of character. Is anyone rolling for Aggie? Is Aggie?
I'll let you roll for him.
Yeah, I was like, so Aggie. I don't have his stat sheet. I'm
He's-
assuming he has stats.
He wouldn't have took the brunt of this because he's in your backpack.
But can he do anything?
He has a poison stinger that lets him paralyze people if they fail.
I mean, that wouldn't work because he's
But
in
he doesn't
armor.
have like a breath weapon.
Yeah.
He's got a bite and he's
Yeah,
got a
He's
poison.
just
but
baby.
a poison thing wouldn't work because he's covered in a suit, so that wouldn't even work. Okay. So I'm pretty pissed, but I can't really. I mean, that hurt. So I'm like, I'm down.
At this point, you're like, kind of like getting your breath back.
Mhm.
'Cause he
like knocked the breath out of me.
he was
Punched me.
15 feet away. And
But he doesn't-
he palmed the air.
Yeah,
And at the shockwave of him doing that,
he
with
didn't
his-
have to touch me
he-
for me
it-
to
it-
go.
But like,
that
it doesn't
shockwave-
knock her
but
unconscious
you're
or anything, right? Because she's
I
the 10.
I don't know.
Are you
Yeah,
a
I'm
10?
only-
Oh,
10
you're a
HP.
10.
Yeah.
Oh no.
God.
All right, I'm gonna say you're hanging on by a thread here on this one. Everything's starting to get like
Tunnel
you're
vision.
about to pass out.
It says something about a healer's kit
Mhm.
that I can use. One of my healer's kits to tend. It doesn't seem like it's me. It's a creature within 5 feet.
That's you. You're a
It's
creature
you.
within 5 feet.
Okay. One of its HP dice, and then you roll the dice. The creature regains a number of HP equal to the roll plus 2.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah, I want to do that. So roll a d20.
Mhm.
20, not 20,
Nice.
plus 2.
Hey!
So does that mean I get?
So you're gonna get back You're gonna burn one of your one hit die that you have, and heal for that plus your proficiency bonus.
What's the hit die?
So your hit die, if you go back to your HP here.
Mm-hmm. Let me see.
Going back to your.
Oh, 1d8.
So yeah, you're gonna roll that 1d8 and add 2.
Okay. I can never
Where's
find.
the time?
Just,
Thank you. 1d8, 5, so 7.
so you heal back 7. So now you're only at 3
Oh,
damage.
because okay, yeah. So I have 7 hit points currently.
Hurt.
Okay. So
And while you're like bandaging, like you're like, oh, and like kind of holding your chest, like your ribs,
Yeah.
and bandaging them, Aggie like pokes over her shoulder. I told you we should go.
You don't have to rub it in, okay?
I didn't rub it in.
Aggie
You
for the
are.
win.
You're rubbing it
This
in.
was a teachable moment.
Aggie, sometimes you have to make the hard decisions to do the right thing. I tell you this all the time.
I'm gonna tell you right now, from what I've heard of this place, doing the right thing will get you killed if you're by yourself.
Well, I'm not by myself, am I, Aggie?
Tucks into the backpack.
Me and you are gonna have a long conversation when we get home.
They're gonna fight.
I intend to train more adventurers in the future. I don't need this.
If you had it your way, Aggie, we would never leave the house. We would just spend all our days in there, just like...
It's not my fault. I like to be cautious. You're not prepared. And we're here, in this wretched hive of scumability, having to find somebody who killed somebody.
Yeah, well, you know what? When you're right...
That's like trying to, like, find a needle in a stack of needles. Literally. They're everywhere. Then throw a rock, you'll hit a murderer here.
Okay, but in the needle analogy, Aggie, this needle's still in there. You just have to work harder to find it. It just takes a little extra work.
But he's such a prick.
Listen, let's go back to the main entrance. I'm not forgetting about
This point
this.
you hear like, and it's like barrel just giving that empty straw noise, and he's like, damn it.
I'm like, I'm not over this. I'm not gonna let this go because he's, something is up here. Something that is...
I agree.
Something
wholeheartedly.
nefarious is going on.
There is something suspicious about Blue Industry.
Yeah.
What it is and what it pertains to what we're doing, I have no idea.
Yeah, well, I could have guessed that, Aggie. I really could have guessed that.
But I tell you what,
me.
the guy with the shiny face
Mhm.
isn't the one who killed your friend's mom. We're looking for a dwarf. That wasn't a dwarf.
No, he wasn't a dwarf. He was holding a gnome.
Which is also not a dwarf.
I get it. I get it.
That's shortest. Like,
But also,
are you a heightist?
Also,
What do you think of me?
Aggie.
I'm little.
Aggie.
I'm just a little dragon.
Aggie, stop spiraling. Okay?
It's the booze.
We really have to... You know what? Because of your anxiety, you can't have this much booze. Like, you need to cut down. I can't do all this and make sure you're okay all the time. Like, you need to, chill out.
You normally don't get me such a large container.
You know what? I was feeling very generous. It was a long journey. I like to take care of my bestie.
You got a point.
Okay, so, from now on, we're gonna
Jim
have
busted
to...
up pretty good. We should get out of here.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to talk about your drinking problem soon, okay?
I don't have a problem drinking. I do
Okay.
just fine.
That's what someone with a drinking problem would say.
And I don't do it alone. You're always there.
Okay, don't bring me into your drinking problem. I'm fine with my drinking problem. Oh!
Meanwhile,
I didn't say that, Aggie.
Lorelei, you have been given shelter. You've been cared for and trained very well, I might add, by Lady LeBlanc. But now it's time to repay that kindness and fulfill some justice on a Gobreth Orfoot,
Okay.
an abusive dwarven man known for doing awful things to unsuspecting women and girls. He has just returned to town. The other ladies in this lady's service have found out that he is back. And he will be out of the inspections before nightfall.
Okay.
He is not to see sunrise. End this tormentor's ways and leave no witnesses. And she gives you a dagger and a whip. I think you're ready. You have come a long way, child. And I believe it is time for you to let a little bit of that pain out of your heart. Let's purge a little bit of it tonight and remove a stain from the world. Good luck.
She's just gonna nod, put the dagger on her belt, and basically like put the whip through it almost like it's a holder, and then she's gonna nod and walk out.
She goes, if you excuse me, ladies, we have dinner to give out to our guests. There are a lot of people who need our help here at the shelter. And she turns and heads back into the actual building proper as you leave out the back entrance. This area is on the border of the entertainment district and the merchants district. There's an entrance that'll take you up higher, up into Dragon's Mouth, which is it's got multiple stories of buildings. The highest part of it is the old dwarven fortifications, and they're like estates. And then built in that same area are more like nobles' mansions and merchant baron houses and things like that. And then hanging like out is part of the mountain that's been carved into when the original mining was done.
Okay, yeah.
And hanging from that are more like palaces and fortifications and things like that that are hanging like almost like a drow city would have, like hanging upside down, like out from the kitty cat, from the ceiling. And then the next level gets into more of like the there's like parks and more noble houses and merchant houses and things like that. And then the second floor, which is not the ground floor that you came in on with the entrance, then you're starting to see again as you get down, the money is high and it gets less and less as you go down. And the city is divided in like a C that pincers the opening. If you look at from above on a map, this would look like literally like a profile of a dragon.
Okay.
With like almost looking like a chunk of flame in the middle of it, which is the island that they used for the shipyards.
Okay.
And through the beak part of the mouth of the dragon is the dire straits that you have to go through if you're going to take through here. Because the mountains are so high and treacherous and the winds from the north are so terrible, airships have it on. It's almost impossible for an airship to make it here. There is one train station in town, and it's from the New Eberron Express, and this train utilizes some sort of gate technology so that it can bounce, like it can jump from one shard of the world to another, trying to make do with best as possible with the leftover magics from when Tower was in charge.
Okay.
And before the shattering, the world is no longer held together by the arcane ley lines and the power of the draconic deities. It is now being held together by bands of energy, and the end and the center of it, the actual energy of the world from the center is the branches of Clovis's world tree.
Okay.
It is doing its best to hold everything together. So there's multiple ways you can bounce around from different chunks of the continents that still exist, like being held together. Like the world is just still there, but it's now like this and cracked open and apart with giant gaping sections between that are extremely dangerous to traverse. Airships can do it, but it's really risky. But get a little off topic. But something I felt like needed to be brought up. The other way, the main way things come in is through the main entrance. And the main entrance is where you're going to be finding the inspection place. All imports are going to come through the customs. And this is where this guy's supposed to be.
So he's supposed to be by that main entrance in the customs area. Okay. What was there any other information she was given about this target?
Dwarven man, pockmarked face, dark beady eyes. He reads like a villain from a story.
Would she be able, upon seeing him, to recognize that it was him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Prominent thing about him would be like the one gold tooth that he's got.
Okay.
On one of his canines, and it's got a little diamond in the front.
Okay. I would imagine that's not too common.
No. There are lots of dwarves in the city still, but there's just as many everything else.
Okay.
This is literally like a melting pot of different stuff. And
It's like the New York
know,
City.
even though you've only been here for a short time, the districts are broken up into the different cartels.
Okay.
And where there's literally like an assassin's cartel, and there's a thieves cartel, but there's
Right.
also like a shipwrights cartel and a merchants cartel, and so there's like legitimate cartels
Yeah.
and the shady ones, but
Mhm.
all 13 of them share power here
Okay.
and make major decisions on like a council that they do.
Okay.
There's the I'm sorry, did I say 12? All right, I have to look up, make sure 100% on that. But there's the unofficial cartel, which is the guards.
Mhm.
They don't work for one
In
faction or
particular.
another.
Yeah.
They work for Dragon's Mouth specific.
Okay.
So
Um.
you also have seen, since you've been here a little bit, is that the guards don't really like stop crime so much as they make it to where crime doesn't happen where they're at. Like they don't go around like police officers and like find out why, like who did this and track down
Okay.
stuff like that. They're like, okay, we're gonna station up here to make sure nobody does something over here by this noble area or by these
But not
merchants
like
or
around
keep it
anywhere
out.
else.
yeah,
They keep it out of these areas.
Yeah.
their presence prevents crime, but they're not everywhere.
Heard. Okay. Um. With that being said, would she know of a like back entrance towards the merchant, not the merchants, but like towards that?
There's definitely
port?
alleyways that can get you all the way through, because these alleys run from like the backs of the buildings to like the side of the mountains.
Yeah.
A lot of the buildings are actually carved from them.
Yeah.
So like you're able to like cut through like overhangs and like
Yeah.
tunnels and like little side shoot like alleys. There's enough of a connection you can make it way all the way up to like there's like a blacksmith place
Yeah, because I
that
would
like drops out right next to like there's like the blacksmith and like there's like a stable yard and then it's the tunnel to out to get.
'cause I would think that she would go the back way, stick towards the shadows, especially if her goal is to not be seen get in and get out.
Gotcha. Yeah, you see people because you're gonna pass through by like some restaurants and some
Yeah.
like shops. You see these things that look like to us in modern times like dumpsters,
Yeah.
but you can also see like they're actually affixed to the ground, so you realize they're more like chutes.
Okay.
And you'll see like people coming out with like food trash and things and like opening the dumpsters and
Any
like
knowledge
and
as to where they
dumping them
go?
in. Never really had a need to know, so it hasn't come up. But you can ask somebody at some point.
Heard.
But you would know that there's a chute behind
Yeah.
the shelter that
Yeah.
you work for now. But that's just a little detail. You come out, and as you're rounding the last curve of this, the way the wall kind of like, because it's all like a curved C shape,
Yeah.
but it's like a big, long, exaggerated. To give you an idea for scale, we're looking like on something about the size of Manhattan.
Okay. Yeah.
This city's pretty big.
Heard.
Like and it's like if you stacked multiple Manhattans on itself because of the way it's ringed
Mhm.
and it goes up. It's very vertical, as well as like the lower levels go out really far, and as you go higher up they get narrower until you get to the top one, which hangs back over almost as far as like the lowest level.
Okay.
But you come out and you hear this very distinct clang ding 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 clang ding ding ding, and you can see there's this warforged or forge-born individual with like a blacksmith hammer, like a 3
Yeah.
setup, and he's like spinning it in like his doesn't have a hand. It has like a spot like where his
It's
arm is
basically like
open.
the auto one.
Yeah, he's like an auto hammer going on. He's got 2 assistants, apprentices, like bringing him something to hammer,
Yeah.
and then like doing more in the forge,
Repeat.
and like but like one's doing one side of like on one anvil, and one's doing on another.
Yeah.
And then he's like ding, bang, ding, 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 bang, and just over and over and over again,
Okay.
and doesn't seem to get stopped. Get tired.
Right.
You can tell the human apprentices, they're like sweaty and soot covered and everything, but he's just going to town.
Heard. Okay. She's just gonna continue.
It's at this point as you're coming out, there is a brief moment where you look to the left and you can see out into the city a little bit because it does a nice little stepping
Yeah.
as you get farther down towards the docks, and it's really pretty at this time of day.
What time of day is it?
It's almost 6, and you can see just now on the horizon towards uh, the, like the edge of the dock, like the docks and stuff. You can see where it's just starting a little orangey,
Okay.
purpley on one little spot on one side.
Sorry. So she still has a little time to kill.
Mhm.
Um.
But you know, like he's supposed to get through before the night.
Yeah.
So
So I'm on the lookout for him at this moment.
Mhm.
How close am I to the area in which I need to go?
You would need to traverse through this big tunnel, which is the entranceway that will
Okay.
take you through all the way to the main gate, and then go to the left. There's 2 tunnels, like it gets intersected by a tunnel.
Okay.
The right looks to be where exports go,
Okay.
and imports coming in are on the left.
And I'm looking for. Oh gosh, I can't remember. No.
He's coming into town.
So it would be imports.
Imports.
Okay. So Herd, I'm just gonna. She's a woman on a mission.
You're making your way through the tunnel.
The tunnel.
About the same time, you're gonna pass a peculiar-looking individual who's arguing with her backpack.
I'm just gonna walk a little bit and just like over the shoulder check and be like,
Pass by and continue on to. You can see there's a line.
yeah.
It's about 6 transports worth of like people deep, different
Yeah.
like I said, carts. You've got some stuff that look like metal sleds and treads, and some things that look like clankety clankety clockwork steampunk
Yeah.
things, all with like packages and like crates and stuff affixed to them or on them or something. At a glance, don't see the dwarf. Not in the line.
Okay. You said at a glance, though.
Mhm.
Could I look around more in depth?
Absolutely. Make me an investigation check.
Investigation. It is going to be 19.
Okay. You pass by the line and kind of cut to the left and find an excuse essentially to like go that way and then make a U and double back
Yeah.
around and like cut through the line and come back the other way. So that you can tell he's not in line.
He's not.
He's not.
Does he have? This is gonna sound weird, but does he have like a logo or anything that would like mark his like stuff, like his supplies that he's bringing in? You know what I mean?
Not that you're aware of. It's a very good question, but not that you're aware of.
And there's nothing that would like indicate, to my knowledge.
I will say that there is a
Is there any
there
discussions
is
happening
like
around?
a gated like room that you would have passed that's right next to the inspector's office that looks like it's full of crates.
Okay.
And with a 19, I'll even give you could tell that there was like alarm wires
Okay.
that you could see on the inside of the fencing.
So it's
inside of the-
protected.
Yeah.
Heard.
And if you look down the hall, there's more of these doors.
What do I have the knowledge of what he does, what his imports are, at all, or just who he is as a
You were
person?
essentially told this guy he does unmentionable things to women who don't deserve it.
Is there? Trying to think. And there's okay. Because he's not here. I went up, doubled back, not here.
Mhm.
However, it's still within that time frame of when he should be arriving. Correct?
He should be in town already.
He should be in town already.
If he's not in line, that means he either got through or like he got turned away, which that's a question mark, but like maybe.
Listening to the chatter that's happening within this area, do I hear anything?
Make me a perception check on this.
It is going to be a 22.
22. You pick up a few things, but nothing about this guy.
Okay.
You hear about this is funny. Yeah, you hear about did you hear about Mr. Blue? Yeah, I heard about Mr. Blue. He actually attended one of the Coliseums. He was at the Stacks. Yeah, he was at the Stacks. You hear he bought out all of the Primo seats? Yeah, dude, it was crazy. You know how much that must have cost? That's one little snippet you hear as you're walking
Okay.
through the thing. Another one is, um, did you hear about the airship? And the guy's like, what are you talking about? He's like, there was an airship that made it through the dire straits. It flew through the dire straits. And he's like, no, I didn't hear it. It's like, yeah, dude, it had rainbow cloth sails. I think they're back.
Oh shit.
Um, and then you hear another one saying like, are you going to the card game tonight? No, man, I'm not going to the card game tonight. My wife would kill me.
There's a card game tonight.
Do you say that?
No. I mean, I feel like that would maybe pique her interest. Just because let's be honest, if someone's in town and because they're not staying long, right? We have an estimated time frame of how long this guy was planning on staying.
You were just told to
Nothing.
eliminate this guy
Gotta get
before the sunrise.
before sunrise.
She did not give you a lot of details, and it seems like she might be setting you up on purpose for this.
She's trying to get me to figure out this
to
information
see
myself.
If you can figure out things.
I kind of feel like this card game may be worth kind of possibly investigating. Just because I feel like it might be up his alley. Who doesn't love a game of chance?
Okay. You want to try and listen in more in that conversation and follow along and see if you can hear about where it is?
I would like to at least try to figure out where it's being held.
Your perception check was a 22, so I'm going to give you this next little bit as you kind of just like nonchalantly like stay around just a little, like a couple steps longer than you needed to hear. And he's like, yeah. Over at the Nine Lives Casino, they've got a private game going on tonight.
That's where I'm gonna.
You have heard of the Nine Lives Casino, and it is run by the Black Hand Cartel. So, that's a thing.
I'm intrigued by this.
Is there anything else you'd like to do here at the inspection's office?
No, because I feel like if I ask questions of this person has came around or has been here, or if he was here or not here, has he arrived yet? I feel like that would raise a lot of suspicion onto my person. Just like, why is this individual looking for this person? So I don't want to raise too many questions about why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've gathered a little bit of intel. Me as a person, if I was looking for someone who has like this kind of like shady disposition and also is like not into like the greatest of scenes, I feel like this card game at this casino would pique her interest a lot, and she feels like this is where we gotta go.
Do you head directly there? It's ironic that you would, if you went that way, you would basically pop back in the alley you came from, and take that around past where your place is, and into the entertainment district.
I feel like she would head there.
Okay.
Because I don't foresee her having to do anything. I mean, unless she was to like go like around and just like maybe. Because my question would be, if he knows the area, would he go? Which path would he take? Would she have any knowledge? Not of like the path he would take, but what's the path most likely to get him from point A to point B?
Well, if he's a temporary resident, then he would be at like an inn.
Okay.
If he lives in the city, then he would have some place that he would be staying.
Okay. But like to get to the imports to the casino, which path would he take?
Most people don't take the alleys. Most people take the main thoroughfare.
Is there any way
safer?
Yeah.
For most people, you know, the non super shady deadly types, they don't take that. They don't take the alley. They go where the dragons fly overhead every once in a while, or once in a while you see an orc guard walking the street. You know.
Could she take the alleyway, but like keep her eye be weave between the two? Does that make sense?
Yeah, like take the back way, but like pop out every like block to like
just
check.
To see if she can see him. Yeah.
Are you trying to be sneaky?
She's trying to be at least not suspicious. Not, I wouldn't say she's like sneaky sneak. She's just like
Give me a deception check.
deception. No.
No. What's the total?
No.
Total is a no. Okay.
Total's a 1.
Total of
Aw.
1?
Total's 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's a no.
She doesn't perceive anything.
You feel like you're walking casual.
But she's not. Let's
But
be honest.
you're blatantly like popping out and like looking out.
Well, because I feel like she would like.
Because at
feel
first, like the
weed.
first one that you pop out, you don't see him. Second one you pop out, you don't see him. Third one you're starting to get a little nervous. Like, did I miss him?
Yeah.
Is he gone too far? Was this back out? Like you start second guessing yourself.
I think-
And then at that point, you when you pop out on like the fourth one, you see like it stands out
Yeah.
that same person arguing with their backpack still.
The same person.
The same person. That's why it draws your attention. Like,
I've been here before.
I'm just gonna. At this point, I feel like I have to walk up to this person arguing with their backpack. I'm just gonna walk up. I'm gonna stop in front.
And you're just, well, you just gotta like get it together.
I'm
like,
so sad that it's
Oh my
gone.
god.
It-
We'll get more, but again, you're.
How are your ribs?
Excuse me.
My ribs feel sore.
Excuse me. Are you
Can I
alright?
help you?
Are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yep.
You're
I'm-
arguing with a backpack, honey.
A little
Oh.
dragon head pops out of the backpack. I'm actually in a backpack. There's
Yeah,
a difference.
Like,
Ah, you're new here, aren't you?
no.
Yes,
Thank you.
very much so.
This is the problem: is that you aren't a good liar, and you just like to talk to strangers and tell them whatever.
We're very new.
Oh my god! Just can you pipe down?
I
Let me
can
talk to this
tell.
lady.
I think I want to talk to him. No offense.
Okay, well I'm in charge here, so
I don't know if you are.
I am. I am.
Mm.
So what can we help you with?
I think you just need to stop talking to him for a little bit while you're on the main street.
Why?
It would be for your best interest.
I'm not worried about anyone seeing me talking
I think
to
you
Aggie.
should be.
Okay, well I'm gonna just. I don't
I
know who
can
you
turn
are.
invisible.
Oh my god. I don't know who you are. But it's nice to meet you. Whoever you are, ma'am.
Mhm.
I have things to
How
be.
rude of us. What's your name?
Oh my god.
What's your name?
I am Aggie.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
And he
You're
kind of like
just.
pops out of the backpack a little bit. And he's like built like a sphinx cat with a dragon head and like a scorpion tail with wings. He doesn't have
Cute.
scales. His skin is leathery.
Hmm.
It reaches out and grabs like your finger. He goes, pleasure.
Aggie. I get it.
Why can't
He's
you be
just
nice
very
like him?
friendly. I am nice. It's just like,
Are
you
you?
approached me, ma'am. And so,
She's just
over here
trying
mind-
to help.
well, Aggie, we don't know that yet, right? Because you won't let me get a word in.
I asked if you were okay.
And I said yes. I'm very much okay. You don't have to worry about me. I was not talking to my
Mhm.
backpack. Talking
We're
to my
not drunk
dragon.
at all.
Oh god. Okay, alright, let's start over.
Can you walk in a straight line?
I don't know if I could sober.
Okay, let's start over. This really wasn't a good impression, Aggie. I'm Ember.
I've let myself go a bit.
And
I've got a
Aggie-
pot belly. I'm sorry. I'll
Tape
admit it.
your mouth shut.
I admit it.
Animal
I
abuse
like
is not
honey
taken
cakes.
kindly.
I would never. Aggie is my best friend.
I'm
And
her
much
only
like-
friend.
But okay, well,
That's not true. She's got a friend named Tristan.
yes, thank you, Aggie. Thank you.
There's a lady at the dog
Aggie.
stable. Or what?
I
Well,
will
Elena, that's what it was.
tape your mouth shut and bury you in this
And
backpack.
there's that one guard that always buys you drinks.
Oh my, we're not talking about him, okay?
One day.
We are never going to talk about Jared, alright? He's off limits. It's the biggest mistake I've made in a while, okay? And I don't need to be reminded of it, alright? So just, can you pipe down and let me handle this conversation with Lorelai, did you say?
I never said my name.
I could have sworn you told Aggie your name.
No, I didn't, honey.
How do we... We were getting there, but you kept talking.
Off camera. I really think she did tell him.
No, I didn't.
I swear to God.
I did
Okay,
not.
cut that part out.
Yeah.
Cut that part out. I'm trying to.
And what was your name?
And
What was your name?
what was your name? I'm Ember. You've already met Aggie. And you are?
Have you earned my name yet, though?
Okay,
Yes.
listen, I don't have.
We've given you our names. It's only right that you give us yours.
Thank you, Aggie.
It's fair trade.
Finally, he's talking some sense.
I'm just gonna look at Aggie. My name's Lorelai.
Her name is Lorelai.
Okay, I heard her, Aggie.
I didn't know she gave it to you.
I'm wondering if Lorelai is going to continue to stand here and be an irritant, or help me, or tell me what she's standing in front of me
and
for.
what can I help you with?
Justice.
Really nothing. I'm just curious why you're over here talking to me.
I was asking you if you were okay because you were talking to your backpack.
We're in town for
Lorelai.
justice.
Okay, Lorelai,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
There may not be any rations left in the bag.
Oh my god, okay.
You're looking for something, aren't you?
Yes, but I'm not quite sure exactly.
Justice.
Justice. I like the sound of this one. What kind of justice do you see?
You know, Aggie,
good
I
guy.
said I wasn't going to drink anymore, but you're driving me to drink more.
I've-
You have the problem, and I'm also about to have the problem.
I think this is why y'all are friends.
I have a secret I need to tell you.
Aggie, why now, Aggie? Excuse us, Aggie.
I'm actually immune to alcohol. I just act like this because it's funny.
Oh my god. Well, you do
It's a consequence of my kind.
you
it
do
tastes
add
so good, but
fun
it does
to my
not-
life,
It does nothing.
and I accept you for who you are, and I love you very much. Now, can you let me do what I need to do?
So what
Okay.
kind of justice are y'all looking for?
Well,
Well, it's kind of like revenge,
Oh, I like the sound of this one even better.
but we're good people, so it's justice.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So something very bad happened in the town where I'm from.
Mhm.
And I am on a mission to remedy what has happened.
What exactly happened?
Murder.
What kind of murder?
You want me to get into specifics? Are you that kind of person? You want to know about the details, the bloody war?
Yes, please.
Well,
The poor woman. Something happened, and then she was killed.
Do you have any idea what happened?
Yes, but I don't wish to speak of it.
it's really hard to talk about.
Something that should never be done to a woman like that.
It was completely not deserved at all. Do you have any
Touche.
idea? Do you
No
have
one
any idea?
deserves that kind
Well,
of treatment.
this is true, but do you have
Some
any
people pay for
idea?
it.
This is true too.
Aggie,
What?
He's not wrong.
Aggie, we're gonna have a long conversation later about where you've been.
I have trained a lot of heroes.
Okay,
Some of them were not from nice places. There was a
Okay,
lizard
Aggie.
folk woman that one time. It was really crazy.
Maggie,
Really.
I need
Moral
to
of
get
the
you some kind of
story,
potion to
Spikes.
calm you down.
Spikes.
Moral of the
Moral of
story.
the story is
You can't
is
trust
that
the system.
This woman who is very near and dear to me and Aggie was brutally taken from us.
Mhm. Do you have any idea who did it?
No, but I'm sure on a mission to find out. When I find out,
We
that person
have a
is going to pay
suspect.
for
Who's your
everything
suspect?
they've done. Aggie,
Aggie,
stop
What?
giving her all the information. You
I-
don't
Maybe
know
she-
this
I'm,
woman.
wait, I'm just gonna put her hand's
We're
gonna
not-
go over your mouth. Aggie,
Oh,
please
And
stop.
then I take my arm. I slap her hand away, and then I pull out my dagger on the other hand, and I put it right.
I
in her
want
face.
to see her try.
Actually, when
I don't attack you with it. I just
no,
put
I
it
mean
in your
you
face.
can smack the hand away. That's not a problem. But
Okay.
as you pull the dagger, give me a perception check. It's really low. You need like an 8,
That is going to be a 19.
19. You can tell like as she does this, you can see like up under like where some of her leather armor is. You can see strips of bandages, like wrapping her ribs.
What happened to you?
I just got pushed around.
By who?
Some idiot that was walking out of that. Have you been down there?
Where?
Blue
I
Industries.
mean,
Go figure.
have you been down there? Do you know what's back there?
It was a chrome-faced gentleman with a number 12 on his forehead.
He was
I believe it was a
carrying an
gentleman.
arm.
I couldn't tell. When you hear him say that, your blood kind of like goes cold for a second. You've seen this guy in town. The guy can fly. He's like ridiculously strong, and you've seen him be attacked by like multiple people and never take a scratch.
Okay.
You don't. You also know that he's like, from what you understand, the head security of Blue Industries.
Heard.
Do you know anything about Blue Industries? I've stumbled upon it today, and it piqued my interest. It doesn't look like it really fits in with the rest of the.
Time out. Would my character know anything? Because she is new to this area as well.
But she does know. She's saying.
But
that
I
you
know
that
this
guy.
person.
Yeah.
But do I know anything other than this guy?
He seems like he's decked out in the same armor of people from like the that were shown as to be connected with Mr. Blue when he did that big global broadcast. The gear he's wearing looks very akin to like those armored individuals he made in his like speech that he gave.
Okay.
How he's been empowering the commoners and the giving them the power, and the people that he showed briefly in that had similar looking armor with numbers on their heads.
This is like the armor from the other game?
And then is your character still like actively hurt? Like what's she
at?
at?
She's at a 7 out of 10. So I mean, I would say like her ribs are cracked. Probably she's a little bit sore, but
There's
nothing.
Bruising at this point.
Yeah. Okay.
But so I ask you, he says, Aggie says, this is what he looks like. You know, and I say, well, I just came from down there. I told him, coming out, I couldn't get through. And so I'm just kind of sitting here figuring out my next move.
And she was going to the imports? Or where was she going?
She was trying to go to Blue Industries.
Oh, you were trying to go to Blue Industries.
That's when I got like knocked down by this, you know.
Okay.
This big man. If he is a man, I don't know. He was covered in armor.
Is he a man?
Can't tell. No one's for sure. No one's ever seen them out of their armor.
I'm trying to figure out how to word it. First things first, I'm gonna be like, we need to go this way. And I'm gonna pull you towards the alley.
Where are we going?
Just follow my lead, please.
Alright, well, I'm choosing to trust you. Don't make me regret it.
Because I want to...
We've made a friend!
I'm gonna pop us into the alley, so we're kind of we're covered, in a sense.
We aren't looking for any more friends. We're looking for just a murderer.
Understood.
So, can you keep...
Do you have any description of this possible
Are
murderer?
they mutually exclusive? I'm just saying. Most heroes tend to find a group.
Understandable.
And succeed in numbers.
And you can't just trust everyone you run into.
Listen, do y'all have a description of this possible murderer?
She didn't have to come and point out to us that we're making a fool of ourselves walking down the streets talking to a bag. Which was... It's true. She didn't have to.
I did not have to, but I did.
I don't care what people think of me talking to a bag. Do I look like I care?
Either we're going to find ourselves unconscious and penniless in this alley,
yes, okay,
or we're going to...
Do you have a description of this murderer?
Yes, it was a dwarf. Well, at least we believe it was a dwarf. Pockmarked face.
Gold tooth.
Goes by the name of Gobreth Orfoot.
I believe we can help each other out.
Have you heard of him?
I'm on a mission, you can say.
Does this mission involve... Also...
It may pertain the same individual you are looking for.
Mm-hmm. And so, if you find this individual, what do you plan on doing?
Let's just say justice will be given.
Oh, good. So we're on
the same wavelength, I would like to think.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I feel like maybe Aggie's right. Maybe this could be...
You see him, he's just rubbing his little paws.
He's like...
Okay, maybe for the time being... We can...
A partnership could be forged?
A partnership, yes.
Very well.
We're both in for the same thing, and I think 2 people looking for this person is better than 1.
I would agree.
So, show me the way.
I'm gonna take her... Now, seeing as I have a second person with me, I don't want to really, like, dodge in and out between the alley and the main street. But I am, as I pass by, I would like to, like, glance out.
Okay.
And I am
You can both make a perception check with that, but it's going to be at disadvantage.
And I am going to let her know that I... In a second.
5.
It is going...
Oh, do I add something to it, though? Let me see. Where's my perception?
It was disadvantage, right?
Yes.
My lowest was a 15, and my perception is a +6.
Well, it's still 0, so a 5.
But I'm also going to be like... I heard that this individual was supposed to be in the import area. Upon going there, was not. However, there was mention of a card game this evening at one of our local casinos.
All right.
I have a hunch that he could be that way.
Okay, so, but I also want to let you know,
I just would like to point out that I
An
fly.
Aggie again?
Aggie flies?
I fly.
Well, yeah, he's a dragon. What do you think? Of course
But
he flies.
I could go and look around.
I think that would be
That
a
would
smart
be great.
idea.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Aggie.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay, be careful. Don't do anything stupid. Do you think that this man, this goblin, dwarf, does this dwarf? I'm getting all the short
You are a heightist.
monsters confused.
You are a heightist.
Do you think this dwarf is?
We're all look alike.
I mean, I'm really curious about connections between what's going on over there.
What do you mean?
Have you heard of the Blue Industries?
I don't know much, because I myself am still new into this area as well.
Well, it doesn't look like anything good is going on over there. Because
Nothing good can come from that.
Yeah, so I'm wondering.
And there's the cat.
Catastrophe. has
I'm
entered the
wondering
battlefield.
if
Wolf initiative.
he has anything to do with that. If he's as bad
Nice.
as
She's gonna help us.
if he's as bad as they say, what has he done? What are you after him for?
Let's just say the same reason that you talk about is the reason why I've been sent to see him.
Yeah, so he needs to not be on this mortal
It's
plane
not the
anymore.
first time.
Okay.
And if we don't stop him, it's not going to be the last.
All right. So if we do this together, will you come back with me and help me get into that?
One can
that
try,
door? All
but
right.
no promises can be made.
Okay, so let's go to the card game.
Number 12 that you went against earlier,
Mm-hmm.
ain't no laughing matter.
No, I'm not laughing for sure. I
That's
agree.
a saying, honey.
Yeah, yeah. So, we'll wait for Aggie to get back.
I love that
Hopefully
the
he
cat's
comes
here.
with some information.
Hey, Puppet.
Actually, if you would like to roll me his perception check, he's got a +3.
15.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna join you guys before you get to the casino.
Mm-hmm.
And he's basically gonna say like, I searched up many streets, many
Mhm.
alleys. I even talked to one of the guard dragons. Rude, but also unhelpful.
I know, you don't do really well with rude people, Aggie.
His breath smelled like people.
Oh.
I think they feed prisoners to the
Oh
dragons.
no, Aggie.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I mean, though, we're carnivores. I totally get it.
Aggie has a soft heart.
But I just...
He doesn't like to see all this stuff.
Oh, that he might not want to come with.
No, but me and him are a package deal.
Do you have something to blindfold him in?
What? I'm older than all of you.
Okay, but Aggie, like, you can't deny, you are a pretty soft soul. Well,
Because I choose to see the good in people does not mean I'm soft-hearted.
Aggie, that's not a bad thing.
I know. That's what I just
It's
said.
a compliment.
Listen, I
So-
was here
Mhm.
running around trading adventures
Mhm.
before
Yes.
Tower existed.
I know, Aggie, you were very important. You had a lot of good things
Just
going on.
can't get any bigger.
I think you're perfect the way you are, Aggie. I wouldn't trade you for a bigger dragon. I wouldn't trade you for a bigger dragon anytime.
I heard you say that you wanted to be able to ride a dragon.
Aggie. That doesn't mean that
Unless you get really small, that's never going to happen.
Aggie, that doesn't mean that I've replaced you.
Fine.
Are we cool, Aggie?
I believe so.
Okay. I'm gonna have to make it up to you somehow, because I can still tell you're pouting.
Oh, I think I found a way. And you see the rum barrel lift up out of it. He just starts rattling the straw. And you feel very set up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he did mark off the fact that the dwarf's not on the main street.
Okay.
He did.
Well, if Aggie can't see him,
And
I
are
trust
we
him.
are we at the casino yet?
You're almost there. You're passing into the entertainment district now. You're gonna start seeing a lot of blues style cafes.
So
a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
see-
a lot
I'm-
of different.
I'm home.
Yeah, it's you're seeing that. You're seeing like clubs and diners and night spots and stuff that are like. You're starting to. It almost feels like you stepped onto the Vegas Strip.
Heard.
very busy.
And the
It's just me.
casino that you're looking for, you can see it from where you're at. It's
Yeah.
off in the distance still, but it's multiple floors. It's not just this level. It goes up into the next level too. It's a multi-tier into the different districts.
Is there anything in particular we'll need to get in
money?
besides money?
doesn't seem like there's a big deal. It looks you see even from this distance, you can see people coming and going.
Sorry, I'm checking something out. Well, that's odd. We'll worry about that next time. I thought my deception was higher. Okay. We can see it from where we're at. Sorry, I'm trying to look. You can see it from where we are at. Okay. Money. How much money would it cost us to enter out of curiosity? Do we know?
It's not like you pay to get in. You pay to play all the games.
Yeah, so we can walk
So
in.
we can just walk on in. Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure because I know
Because there's a restaurant inside.
Yeah.
There's bars. This
Okay.
is literally like an old. This
then
is like
yeah.
an Elvis era casino looking place.
So we'll walk up
But there's a lot of Asian looking cats like doing the pose.
because
like,
it's the 9 lives, right?
It's the 9 Lives Casino.
Okay.
Aggie's gonna fit right in.
Okay, so we're heading in. She never has done this. Only when you started doing the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She loves being on the table now.
She's
The cat
she's a
loves
camera cat.
So we're gonna walk up.
Hey, why did you have to clarify it was the cat?
I'm just saying.
He wanted them to know that there's no
Just-
one
just-
on the table.
Just to be
Uh-huh.
safe.
Phil is not on the table dancing or anything. So we're gonna head right in. I'm gonna tell. What did you do? We're gonna walk in. I'm assuming we're heading in.
How much money do you have
You
on
can
you?
tell there's definitely security by
have
the
money.
entrance, and they're decked out like the old speakeasy, like gangsters.
Looking at them, do
like-
they have guns on them?
You don't see any weapons on them,
None whatsoever.
but the way their clothes are cut, you don't know what's underneath those jackets.
I don't think I have any money.
Are you a broke bitch?
Do you have money?
I have a little.
I can double check your.
I don't have it on here. It's never something I think about when I make a character.
You
like,
have 51 gold.
Oh, you have more than me, babes.
Why is it on? Where is it on here? It's not on
Let me
here.
see.
It should be under your inventory.
Yeah. See.
Oh, as on the no.
I have it under your D&D Beyond character sheet.
Yeah, no, I don't see it.
This is my D&D Beyond character sheet.
I know, but
though.
I'm looking at the digital one.
And you said 51 gold.
51 and she has 16.
Okay.
I had to make a name for myself. I'm about to make a name.
What kind of name are we making for
Oh my,
ourselves?
it's a-
No, I really don't see it on here.
Okay, fine. I'll just
Write
write
it
it.
in your
I'm gonna write
notes.
it down on my notes. 51 gold pieces. Okay.
Oh, you really can afford to get him more.
Don't enable him, please.
So what I'm hearing is we need to get him like a cask that's like one of those never endings.
Yeah.
I didn't say that in character.
Oh, I didn't say that as him. But I agree as both.
So
How much would that cost?
Pretty sure that thing runs a couple hundred gold.
So we're not there yet.
We could be there if we make the route. It'd be gambling.
I love how this has turned into let's find the murder suspect. Let's go make some money and get a never-ending
Well,
drink.
Also, just looking around, do we see anything? Like, do we see him? Do we see a private area?
You see clunky machines that look like they're like gears and pistons that look like there's some sort of thing where like as you pull this lever, these like cards
Yeah.
flip on it until like if they match they pay
Slot
out.
machines.
And then you can see off to the sides more of like the random games where you spin this wheel,
Mm-hmm.
which you recognize to be like modern like roulette style
Yeah.
table. There's places where people are like at dice tables. There's some sort of card game going on, and like in multiple like types of card games. Like
I'm looking around. I said there's a
at-
lot of
and
people
like
here.
in like if you get far like as you get in a little bit, you can see like where the bar's at, and there is a is it a bronze? Bronze is the fire one, or is it brass? Which one's wood? I keep messing this up. Bronze. There's a bronze dragonborn, which that stands out
Immediately.
immediately. Who's like got several different women around them.
Uh-huh.
Is this big hulking like bronze plate, like armored and like
Okay.
just like buying drinks at the bar for everybody, and they've got like this sack of gold on the bar next to them that they're just keep like chucking handfuls out.
I know who we need to go befriend.
He looks fun. Let's go see what he's up to. I would say we walk over.
Yeah.
Um,
Not like I wouldn't say it's like a direct line.
you can tell the women that are around him at this
Yeah.
point are businesswomen.
I figured as much.
The way they're
do any
dressed.
of them look familiar to me?
Nobody who's been at the
What do you mean business women?
like this is their business.
keep in mind where we're at, hun.
Okay.
Here in Dragon's Mouth, if you're interested in something, you might be able to find it for a price. That activity is not hard to find here.
Okay.
But as you approach, how would you like to proceed with that?
How are you going to proceed first?
Because as you approach, the two kind of like give you like the stink eye, like go away.
Oh, I don't take that. Ember is just like. Ember's like, excuse me, ladies. And she leans on the she leans on the bar. She just leans and knocks everything. She just leans.
Eileen.
She just leans and she's like, "Hi. What's your name?"
Hi.
I'm Doran.
Hi, Torn. It's nice to meet you. I'm Ember. This is my friend Lorelai, and we just happened to notice that. Like,
You don't have drinks in your hands, bartender.
Thank you. We just happened to notice that you were having a lot of fun over here, and we didn't want to miss out.
A male. Like it looks at a glance, it looks human, but you can tell the ears are cat ears.
Okay.
Comes up and goes, no, definitely humanoid.
Okay.
But
cat ears.
Tabaxi are cat folk.
Yeah.
This is a humanoid, like a human with cat ears instead of people ears.
cross.
So, or genetically, or like like when people alter themselves.
Oh, like when they get
Yeah,
the
maybe.
elf ear implant?
Yeah, like what if he's like it's that kind of thing?
He walks up and goes, meow, meow, meow. What do we have, meow?
Stop.
I'm like, okay, whatever that means. We're doing fine over here.
No, I wanted drinks, honey.
Oh, this is the bartender.
This is the bartender, babes.
Oh, what's good here? Like, Torin, what's good here? What would you recommend?
I'm at the point now where whatever they hand me all tastes the same.
Okay, well,
And there's 4 of you.
What are you currently drinking?
This.
I'm gonna
Looking at it, what does it look like?
It is like an orange and like swirls to purple, and as the cup sloshes around, you can tell there's some sort of like magical effect from the cup that keeps casting some sort of like prejudicitation effect.
Is there
It like causes it to shoot like fireworks inside the cup.
It's like a fuzzy tauntaun.
I'm
gonna.
Faster than an Autobot.
Okay, so question.
Or
Looking at that, would we have any knowledge, or could we roll like perception or something to see if we can identify what this drink is?
This would be a brewer's skill check, or an alchemist skill check, or I would go as far as say history.
I don't need a skill check. I'm drinking it.
Okay. You just want to take a cup, take a swig?
Yeah,
Wait, are you taking his?
having. No. I'm gonna have what he's having. Aggie, this is your only chance. Speak up now.
I'll take a cask of that. And he slides, like, sets the cask up on and the cat goes, oh, no, he's so cute. And he starts, like, tickling underneath this. He's, oh, yes, the spot. Right there, by the jawline. Perfect.
Question.
We're still waiting on that drink.
Question.
Don't rush him. He's doing important work.
What would be popular drink from like the marsh regions? That's a good question.
You're fond of a nice, just bourbon.
Heard.
On the rocks?
Yeah. Yeah. She's a classy lady.
And after the scritches are complete, he goes over and acquires the drinks. It takes a little longer to make the one that you're bringing out because it's like a special cup and you gotta activate the enchantment. And it comes
Like
over,
I like
and
how I'm simple and you're just
and,
like
like,
out there.
slides the coaster over, sets your bourbon down, and then adds the rock, and it's a sphere of ice that he just drops in it.
Listen, Lorelai, life is to be celebrated. Life
And
is
yours
living
is like shooting fireworks out the top. He's like,
Isn't
it's
this
good.
cool?
He's
This is
like,
so cool.
he's like, be careful, meow. It's gonna do that until you take your first sip.
I stifle a laugh at this person who's still saying meow because Ember finds it a little humorous. I take a sip of the drink.
It's like pop rocks right off the bat,
Mhm.
followed by like the fiery burn of like a cinnamon alcohol.
So I'm like,
and-
that's
and-
strong.
and then slowly fades into like an almost like a citrusy like tangerine flavor.
So is it
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, it's different. It's different. I would definitely I enjoy it. This is good. I can see why Torin likes it.
All right.
I'm telling you, I know I want to have as many as he's having, because that can knock you right on your ass.
Who do I have the pleasure of talking to?
I remember.
Lorelai.
I think you told me that already.
It's okay.
What about the other two? He like looks to the side of both of you.
I'm just Lorelai as well. Lorelai 1, Lorelai 2.
Double twins.
We're not dealing with.
It's kind of like rocking in his seat.
And we're not dealing with intelligent life here.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
No!
Yes, I am saying it out loud.
You see, Aggie picks up his cask. Yes, and pulls it back in the backpack.
Can I look at the bartender and be like, if possible, he'll have one to go in a little bit. He has a drinking problem.
She's like, she's right, I do.
So,
And then he looks, the cat guy looks a little confused, like, oh, I thought you were talking about the Dragonborn.
so, Ren, where are you? Sam, how often do you frequent this bar? You look like someone that fits in here quite regularly.
I'm not from around here,
Oh.
but I got really lucky tonight on those machines up front. The ones where you pull the lever and the thing.
Yeah.
I sat there for hours, and I was like down to like 10 gold, and I was like, this is
I'm gonna
bad.
back up a little bit because I see visions of vomit coming out of your mouth. So
Oh.
I'm gonna take a wide
Oh.
berth of you.
I don't puke; it turns to electricity. No, check it out. And
Oh.
he turns to the side. And he gets like a line of lightning just goes shooting out of his mouth. He's like,
I jump back a little bit because I wasn't expecting that.
it's really useful.
Yeah,
I'm good. I just convert the alcohol to electricity.
Okay,
Are you okay?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually feel a little better after that.
maybe you need to sober up a little
Now there's
bit.
just two of you.
Oh, perfect. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So where are you from?
Oh wow. Well, I mean, Saltmarsh originally.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It was, yeah. I didn't always look like this, but yeah, it's a thing.
Backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda. I was finished up doing a job in town and was just gonna go spend the money I made and just have a good time. What's up with y'all?
Well, I look at you to see if it's okay how much we're telling. Because we did seek him out for a reason.
Give me like either like an insight check on him, not necessarily to like see his like if he's lying, or it's just more of like to
gauge his truthfulness?
not truthfulness, but is his.
So it's insight?
It's I'd almost go with it's a perception check.
Well, I have
to
zero
but
perception, so you do that.
but I'm thinking it's more of an insight check to just see how they're decked out to get an idea of kind of like
Well.
experience level.
Okay, my perception's higher than my insight.
Let me check
matter?
my insight.
Take your pick, either one.
My
Which one-
insight
which
is
one's
also
gonna be
zero.
rougher?
Perception would be higher.
Okay.
Insight will give you more of like a vibe check.
Can I do both?
Do one or the other. Or one of you can do the one,
What's
and
your
the other can do.
insight?
I'm both zero, so you want me to do a check anyway?
I'll go insight if you go perception because
Okay.
I do have a +4
If
for
you
insight.
you could give her advantage, but I'll let you roll the dice for that
Mhm.
extra roll.
How do I
and
give her advantage? Just because you said I
you,
could?
You aid. It's a mechanic.
Okay.
You go, I'll aid with that check, and then instead
Okay.
of
What do
rolling,
you
you
roll?
give them an extra
Okay.
roll. But I'm saying you go ahead and roll the dice on
What
it
did
and
you
add her
roll?
bonus.
12.
12 was higher, so it's going to be at a 16.
16. This person is decked out in like magic gear.
Okay.
You
So they've been
haven't
around a lot.
seen anybody in town decked out in magic gear in a while. Like
Okay.
you do see people with magic stuff,
But not often.
but like the rich people have magic stuff.
So
now.
that I can tell this person's been around the block. a little bit.
Yeah. There's like a throwing hammer on their belt with like a lightning bolt symbol on the side of it.
Wow.
There's
Is this what I think it is? It is.
it might be. It might be.
I don't know who it is.
Go to Wednesday nights and you would.
Oh, God.
Wednesday nights at Cozy Dragon Camp. No.
Your plug.
Shameless plug. But soon to be Fridays too.
is
But,
it?
yeah, but no, this person like their travel gear looks weathered, but like if it was weathered as it looks, it looks like it would fall apart. So there's got to be some little enchantment to that. Like even their clothes have magic.
Okay.
Like, and dragons in and of themselves are magical creatures, and dragonborns
Yeah.
are stupid rare on this world because they're made, they're not born.
Wait to be a bronze.
And bronze dragons didn't come back until
Recent.
the point of the shattering,
Yeah.
when the riders were responsible for some stuff.
So this is a
Yeah.
more recent occurrence. So to see this is kind of shocking.
Like
We found a unicorn.
no for a long
Yeah, pretty
yeah
much.
for a long time. Brass dragons and bronze dragons weren't around. They
Yeah.
they sacrificed
So to
their
see this
flights.
is kind of like, oh my
Basically
God.
sacrificed their ability to be on the world to help protect against the invasion of the Mind Flayer Armada.
Yeah.
And like adamantine dragons and mithril dragons filled their role in the world for a long time. And then about 20 years ago is when the riders stopped the...
I can't help it.
This is when Tower was still going strong.
Okay.
And the...
Before it's non-existent.
Yeah. For right after this is when they started to break them apart.
Okay. So do
But-
we trust him to say what we're looking for? Because we approached him
I,
for a
for
reason.
start, before we approach.
But that 16 will get you to see on their right hand is the scar in their scales of the symbol of a rook.
So it's Tower. It's Tower's old symbol.
And everybody who was ever a member of Tower has this scar from when the enchantment burned out.
So he's a good guy.
We don't know that quite yet. Give it a second. They looking around the casino. Do we see from now where we're at this bar? Are we at the end of the bar?
He
Where
was
would you
right
say?
there in the middle. Like
So
it's
he was
shaped
center.
like a horseshoe.
So looking at the center, looking around, do we see anything different from this vantage point?
Like the steps go up into the games.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different people coming and going from here. And if you're looking at something that doesn't like vibe check or something that feels
Yeah.
a little out of place as far as like the people playing, give me another perception check. If you want to give advantage.
That
if you
is going. Oh, what do you roll?
want.
20.
Ooh, nat
Take
20.
that. It's going to be with a nat 20. It's going to be 26.
Between you're looking and her, she was just in the right direction when
Yeah.
when you look. She taps you on the shoulder and points it out, and you can make out better when she's there are people that every once in a while you see walking through the crowd clad in like form-fitting black leather.
Okay.
Some of them are like cat people like this guy.
Because like you also said that who runs this? Which cartel was it?
This is the Black,
Black
Hand
Hand
cartel.
cartel.
Black Hand. So the outfits would kind of make sense.
And they definitely have like on their backs, it looks like a palm with a circle and that's like it's a red palm, then a black circle and a red dot in the middle, like almost like an eye.
Okay. Interesting. And what's Torin wearing?
Plate,
Plate. Okay.
full plate armor. Doesn't seem to be like encumbered by it. Looks either like they're strong
He
enough. Or
seems
this
very
is magic
comfortable
enough.
as
Yeah.
he's getting drunk at the bar. He's not worried. He's
And his
But there's
back was
like
not towards
plate
us.
armor over the back's a shield. Like yeah,
Is there anything on the shield?
it's a golden shield. Like
Okay.
it looks like it's made out of some kind of gold.
So there's no symbol
there's
other
no
than
reason-
the tower symbol.
Right. There's no reason why anybody would ever use gold for your shield. It's a malleable metal that you
So
can
it's
bend
ju-
with your
it's
fist. like,
showy.
you can- This thing's got
Possibly.
scratches and dents on it, like it's like made of steel.
Heard. Okay. Okay.
Kind of get the idea this person's been around a little bit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Especially with a mark like that.
Long enough that they were adventured 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Can we tell him more?
I would mention the mark before we tell him.
But you time out. She knows the mark. Her character, but my character would know the mark, right?
Everybody has heard
Everyone
of
would
Tower.
know. Yeah, everyone's
That's
know.
like knowing
That's like knowing the
like France
Avengers.
exists. In the
Okay.
real world, like yeah.
Okay. So
Although,
it
let's
sounds
be
like.
honest, if you're a flat earther, you might not know.
Please tell me you don't know any flat earthers.
Thank God, no.
Oh
I used to.
The ice wall protects us all.
God. Oh God. Just because the firmament, right? A flat earther would be watching this, be like, I hate those people. So, but we would probably be.
Drax Arcadia.
We'd probably be really like interested, like.
I would say we're interested in the mark. I would not say we're here seeking this person.
Well, no, not him. Oh,
But-
you mean like tell him that, like, well, what do you want to ask him?
We can inquire about the mark.
All right, you do that.
No. You're the one who decided to saunter right on up.
Well, it usually works out for me in a good way.
I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink right now.
So,
Who made you? You see poking out from the backpack. Aggie's head. Who made you?
So, Torin, this is Aggie.
yeah, I should have introduced him a long time ago.
You have a little dragon.
I
He
do.
puts out his hand like this, and Aggie like climbs up on his
Aw.
arm, and like goes up on his shoulder, and he's like, "You're really tall."
Does he say who
He
made
must
you
really,
again?
he must really
Cool.
like you because he's pretty shy.
Yeah. This might be a dragon thing, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was the first of the brass dragons that came back. Yeah, we I don't know you, so you don't know me.
That's usually how that works, Torin.
Yep.
But we could get to know each other.
Okay, I'm down for that. But first, we should talk about who we are a little bit, because like I'm a little old-fashioned.
Yeah, of course. You wouldn't.
Speaking of, I'll take one of those, bartender.
Actually,
bring
if
me
I
one.
can
of-
have one of those too,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't get him.
He's like,
He's
he's like, no, wait a second, no, I'll be right there.
Listen, it's an old fashioned, honey. It's good.
we need
He's
him
like-
sober it up so we
Doesn't
can.
mean I can't drink.
Okay, but don't encourage him.
You guys are funny.
Thank you.
But no, yeah, I used to be a black dragon.
So what
Yeah.
happened?
Real asshole black dragon like killed my whole party, but then like, I'm gonna make you remember me because you're gonna see my face every time you look in the mirror, and he turned me into a black dragonborn instead of killing me. And then like after that, I met up with some other people that were really cool, and we joined Tower back in the day. And during this whole thing, there was like a whole like coup in the Shadow Kingdom back when there was a guy named Lotion.
Do you-
Laus,
do you mean Lausen?
Lausen.
Lausen?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's how his name is.
No, it
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
Was it
Well,
lotion?
I'm pretty sure. Like it sounds like Lotion.
Was it
It's
ludicrous?
It could have been Lucius.
Lucian.
Could have been Lucius. But I don't think so.
All right. Well,
I don't know.
We'll figure that.
But
Just continue on with your tale.
He some people tried to like dethrone him, and there was like this window where he wasn't in charge of all his bad guys. And that same black dragon tried to like come and put it in our poopers. It was so bad. And we were on an airship.
Sounds very stressful.
And we kicked his ass by like barely. And one of the guys fell off the airship, and he fell like 500 feet. And he hit the ground, and he bounced. And he lived because he was so angry. It was amazing. Like, it was.
This is quite the tale.
I've never met somebody like that guy. That was insane. He was a tiny little angry man.
What was his name?
James, I think. I think his name was James. And he got mad, and he had claws.
Oh.
That's about it. He's pretty. That was a deep character. But yeah. After that, like some stuff happened, and there was a Minotaur, and he was in good with Bahamut, and he was all like smite, and Bahamut was like okie dokie, and like converted the body of the black dragon into a bronze dragon, and that was like the first step of bringing back the bronze flight. And he was all like, "Hey, here's a bronze dragon skill," you know. And there was a whole lot more of that, and there was some stuff with like another dragonborn in Saltmarsh. She's gold though, not bright. It was. I'm starting. It's getting a little fuzzy.
Yeah, for us too.
But
Speak for
it,
yourself.
it was a
having
whole
trouble
thing, and
following.
like one thing led to another, and I got a new paint job, and
You paint
uh,
job.
yeah, which is way better. I used to spit acid. Let me tell you, nobody liked that. Nobody, not even me. It burns.
But everyone likes the electricity.
It's really useful nowadays.
Mhm.
Like sometimes, some of these gnomes will ask me to just like blow into this thing they call a battersea, a
A battery?
sure. Until like this light comes on their little thing, and it's useful. I get paid like a little coin every once in a while just for that.
Okay, well,
It's just
That is pretty useful.
yeah. People need their batterseas.
It's useful.
okay, but Laura,
Don't Lorelai me.
Not every day somebody needs to be electrocuted to death.
Exactly.
Lorelai, how we can't. We're just. He's lost the plot, Lorelai.
Shh, child.
Okay, Lorelai, I'm not your child.
How old are you?
30.
You're not 30.
I am 30.
Great. What's your skincare?
It's called Revenge.
I thought you didn't
Booze.
do revenge.
A lot of
Justice?
pleasurable nights with men of my choosing. That's how you stay young. Okay?
She's a heroine.
she's
Heroin.
she's on heroin.
Heroine. That's a female.
Torin,
The-
Torin,
the
no one
Alright,
asked
how's
you
your
to.
Hero.
drink?
Hmm.
How's your drink?
Empty.
You didn't get your new old fashioned yet?
Oh, it's old, empty.
Lorelai, do you have a special talent for enabling drinkers?
Sometimes.
First my dragon, now Torin, who's gone off on some tangent.
You've already had
I don't
one.
even know, and I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely. He's on a tangent going nowhere. His train has left the station
Hey,
and
Torin.
it's heading.
Oh yeah, I got here on one of those things.
Torin, have you heard anything about a card game this evening?
I got invited to one because of this bag of money.
Are you planning on going?
I thought I was just gonna drink until I found someone pretty to go to sleep with. That was my plan.
Take one for the day.
Absolutely not.
Anyway,
I like men, but I'd still,
and he's a man.
make good choices. All right.
That's hurtful.
Would it seems like you're interested in Torin?
I'm not interested in anyone, honey.
You're protecting his ego.
Because it's needed.
You guys are funny.
I don't think Torin's gonna make it anywhere. to
I
be
can like
honest.
hear you. You've got really, really good hearing.
I know.
I'm not offended though, because it's just really
I don't think
irritating.
Torin's going anywhere with anyone. To be honest, because I don't think Torin,
I've already got a room key. He like tangles this old fashioned like.
Torin's in no state to do anything.
I'm gonna go
with or
upstairs in a
to
little while,
anyone.
whether it's by myself or not.
He's
I don't
most
know.
definitely gonna be
So,
by
so
yourself,
you're not
Torin.
going to go to this card game?
Probably not.
Would you go if we went with you?
I'm not good at cards.
I
Okay,
think you could
but-
be.
Maybe you could just like support us while we play.
I mean, maybe, but like, why do you all want to go?
It just sounds like it could be a good time.
There's cards right over there. And he gestures towards one of the other card tables.
Ember's just gonna roll her eyes as far in the back of her head as she can.
I like a game of high stakes.
I like steaks. I like mine rare. Because as I eat, I kind of cook it anyway.
What if we could get
Kinda
you
cool.
a steak when
It's
you go
neat.
to the card game?
See?
Want to get him a steak when we go to the card
Yeah,
game?
Lorelai, you're making eyes at this Torin.
Honey, you have so much to learn.
I think someone might be a little interested in Torin.
If I could backhand you right now, I would.
You can.
Could, but I'm choosing not.
At this point, you notice
You wanna
that
lose your hand.
Aggie is asleep on his shoulder. He's curled up and he's like, he's doing that weird like dragon purr thing that he does.
Torin, we would really love to go play cards, but you see, our friend Aggie just fell asleep on you.
I'm gonna reach over.
He's like this. Don't. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna touch your shoulder. It might sting. And he taps your shoulder, and there's like a static shock. He's like,
And I touch. I'm
yeah.
like,
He's like, yeah. So I do that, and these little guys and like other like dragon wormlings, I give off like a comforting order to our kind.
How
that's
long?
the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
How long has it been since Aggie has rested properly?
Probably a while.
Torin, would you please join us to the card game, seeing as Aggie has fallen
Yeah,
asleep on you?
I mean, we could disrupt him, but it doesn't seem like you'd really want to do that.
I'm intoxicated, but I'm not stupid. If you guys just want to go, then I'll go. You seem like you're pretty cool people.
You seem like a good friend.
Used to be.
Why used to?
Most of them aren't around anymore.
By choice or by mistake?
Shattering was rough on everybody.
They've
I
lost a lot of
understand.
people.
Nobody wants a hero anymore.
There's still justice that needs to be served.
Now it's the people's choices of who, excuse me, who is the people that to justice? Yeah, we don't get to pick. They don't let us do our job anymore.
I'm gonna send Ember.
The world doesn't need heroes.
I think
We
the
got
world still
committees
needs them.
and judges.
People may not want us, but there's
Legal
still heroes out there.
systems.
You can't stop twisting right because there's people that disagree with it.
Yes, you can, because I've been in jail for it. I did the right thing, and I got put in prison for 5 years.
What did you do?
I saved someone's life.
Whose?
The wrong person. According to this court of law. I don't trust them anymore.
I don't blame you.
If you're not in one of the 10 towers and one of the dragon lords, you don't really have any authority. I don't care what the guy in the sky said. The guy's a Mick asshole. Da 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 da.
Well,
He's an asshole.
Edit that out.
And he like turns aside again. It shoots out like a blast of lightning again.
The other way from Aggie, right?
Hmm?
The other shoulder.
That goes right over Aggie. It's like
Torin-
eyes snap open. He's like, goes back to sleep.
I say, Torin,
Oh, that's better.
you don't want to spend.
Hold on. And he does it again. And you
Torin.
see, as he does that, his eyes clear each time.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, actually, a lot better.
Torin, you're needed out there. It's not. You want to spend the rest of your time here just getting drunk at this bar.
Not this
And-
bar. Like, there's a lot of bars.
In general.
You know what we mean, Torin. Where it's safe in here, where you don't have to take any risks, and people don't have to be mad at you or come after you. But it doesn't seem like you're happy, and you're just drowning your sorrows. And you can come help us and make a difference. At least, you know, you can decide afterwards what you want to do.
Make a persuasion check.
Can I assist? No.
Two. Two.
You're still young.
+3. Fine.
You haven't gone through the falls and the failures. But I'll do this. The buy-in is 5,000 gold. He takes the bag and he slides it towards you. Y'all have a good night. And he gets up and he starts to walk out of the casino.
He doesn't even go up to a room.
The room key is still on the counter.
My dragon.
I'm just
You
gonna.
look, he's not on the shoulder.
Oh,
when,
he's
when
not.
you do that, I'm
Where
gonna
is
grab
And
the
you go,
room
and you go,
key.
oh, meow, you're so cute, meow.
I turn around.
He's being held like a baby by the bartender.
So while she's freaking out, I'm gonna grab the room key and the gold.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm freaking out.
You're freaking
Now,
out.
to give
No,
you an idea,
like-
like, you can't, like, sneaky grab the gold. The room key, yes, the gold is literally, like, a bag.
I figured as much.
Like this. Like, it's...
Yeah.
And it's got, like, a drawstring.
but you know, I'm just gonna
Spells.
grab it quicker,
Mhm.
so no one else grabs it.
Yeah, but it's really big. Do you have anything we can, like,
Listen, babes, we're about to go.
He
spend
does
this.
stop, like, as he's stepping up the stairs, and he goes, I'm pretty sure there was a little gnome girl who's responsible for me winning that. So, if you see her, I mean, she's wearing a white hoodie.
Let her know.
Tell her I said thank you.
Will do.
I'm gonna nod my head.
Yeah, you're able to watch. Just there's enough of a view from the bar where you can see him as he's going out the front entrance, and he actually flexes, and you watch as like these
Wings.
electric wings pop out of his back, and he takes off to the sky.
Sick.
He's drunk flying.
Didn't seem drunk when he left.
He sobered up by blowing out the electricity.
It's true.
I'm gonna finish my
Mostly
drink.
sober.
Only if he had some batter seeds to make some extra cash.
I don't freak out because I know Aggie's not going to work, so I walk up to the
The cat.
cat guy.
Did
Oh,
he
he's
ever
the
tell us his
bartender.
name?
No, he didn't. And I tap him on the shoulder.
He's like, yes.
I'm gonna need my dragon.
Oh, of course. He wanted pictures.
And of course he did. He's very friendly. And I take him and is he still sleeping? Is he like?
He's like just curled up.
So I take him.
Did we ever get his second cast?
He's
It's
what?
it's that firework drink.
Oh, Aggie's gonna have fun.
So I take him, and he's like, "Can you like curl in?"
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm like, "Aggie, you've had a long day. It's time for us to kind of turn in." So
What time is it now?
At this point, it's getting closer to like 7:30.
Okay.
Um,
Do we have any rough estimate about when this card game is gonna start?
no, but you are right in front of a bartender, and you have seen people who are definitely bouncers.
I'm gonna
So
put Aggie
they're-
back in his backpack because he's sleeping.
The other cask is in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets in there and like not even a minute afterwards, you're
Oh,
I love him.
he needed rest. Anywho, card game.
fizzes.
Let's
It
go.
fizzes. From the backpack.
Let's go.
I want to go to the room first.
Okay.
You guys go over and there's like these boxes that open up, and there's somebody there with like a control
Yeah.
shaft, like some sort of lever.
Mm-hmm.
And this person's decked out in like a all black, like kind of like the bouncers.
Yeah.
And they're like they look like tough people.
Yeah.
And he's just like, what floor?
I'm hold up the key. What does this? I can't see what it says.
312.
So would that be the third floor, 12th ramp?
Mm-hmm.
High roller, sweet, nice. Pulls the lever. You hear it clank, 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 clank,
Yeah.
clank. And it opens up.
That's why I don't like elevators.
Old school elevator, and it like opens up, and it's decked out in like an old 20 style casino on the inside
Nice.
with the crushed red and black velvet floors and like
Heard.
the awful print on it. But the wallpaper is done up with it's black, golden or like light tan molding.
Uh-huh.
Like what you can't. It's hard to tell in this lighting, which is like this off, like indirect lighting along the walls.
Is there windows?
Not in this hallway. And like with little golden cats in different action poses all along the wall.
So cute. It's the 9 lives.
So is it every
um,
ninth it repeats?
Yeah, and it starts at like 301 as
Uh-huh.
the first room on the left, and 330 is the first, or 29 is the first. No, 30. Yeah, 330 is the first.
So
room on the
even
right.
on one, odds on the other.
Yeah.
We're in an even room. I guess we're gonna be at the end of the hall.
And it goes down. It goes 28,
Yeah.
26, 24, like on the right.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you keep
yeah.
going down.
So I would assume we're gonna probably be on the end of this hall. To the room.
You're a little past the half. You're almost to the third.
Yeah.
Like a left of like 2/3 of the way down the hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you get to where the room key is. Old clanks in, and this isn't like a modern key. This
It's
is,
older.
This is like an old school like
In key.
keyhole.
Yeah.
Key,
Yeah.
Victorian era kind of thing, and you
So open, enter.
you pop it up, and the door swings open, and there's like two curved sofas that are facing like a coffee table.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little like mini bar off to the side. There's like a very large like king size plus bed off into the one end of the chamber.
Okay.
You can tell there's like another room that's probably the water closet, and like there's another place that maybe it's like an actual closet or it's like a secondary room or something. But
Okay.
what do you do?
There's a window.
This room does have a window.
Does it open?
You can go try.
I would like to look at it.
It is all one solid piece of glass, like a glass painting, like almost like a skyscraper wall.
Yeah.
But when you look out, you kind of see at the angle that you are that you can almost see the port from here, but it looks out more onto the city.
Okay, because I'm trying to find an exit point from this room. That's not the main hall.
Well, I would probably want to check out the door, the closet. I think it's the closet. So I'm going to go and open that door to see what's inside.
It is basically like a really deep wardrobe that you can like 2 or 3 people could stand in the room
You can hide a
comfortably.
body in.
They could, if you could have wanted.
I'm probably going to shuffle through the clothes to see if I could, like, it gives me some clue about who was in this room.
There's actually clothes hanging in here that look like they're fitted for someone about the size of the Dragonborn. They don't. They all look new. Everything's got tags on it. Like.
So this is.
He gave us everything.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't. It doesn't look like any of this has ever been worn. Like this might be like comped based on like he's a high roller.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He handed you $5,000.
Yeah.
Like that's stupid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I'm like wondering if there's anything really here. I mean, I know we're investigating it, but this seems to be just like.
Well, I'm trying to see if we have a place to go later.
Well, this place.
But I'm house down for a visit.
You don't hear anybody else right now. While you're in this room.
Is there an escape other than the front door?
There is an emergency exit stairway at the end of the corridor.
Does it make an alarm if you open it?
You haven't tried, and it doesn't have any signs that post that say that.
I think we're safe.
Heard.
Because usually, realistically, it would say don't
open.
Yeah.
Alarms will sound.
Again, you're in a casino, and
Can we roll a dice on the door?
You're not. They're not expecting like people up here doing like weird stuff. Like people have to leave.
Espionage.
You know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just seems like a pretty basic.
Well, then I would like to at least make myself look more presentable.
While you guys are digging through that, you guys hear clinking coming from the minibar.
Oh.
Aggie.
And you just see like the backpack that you had set down when you came in. He's just like stuffing bottles into.
Aggie.
They want you to take it.
Aggie, we'll be back for those later.
They literally call it complimentary.
Aggie.
It says nice things about you.
What do you mean it says nice things about you?
It's complimentary.
Aggie. Oh my
He
god.
just keeps sliding more bottles in.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna take 2 bottles, set them on the counter. Aggie, we'll be back for these later.
I have a feeling that's not true.
Trust me, it is.
He looks at both of you. I have a feeling that's not true.
Aggie, you know you get me when you make those pouting faces. Stop.
I'm gonna leave
he
the
goes,
2.
Okay, fine, just these 2 more.
No, Aggie.
I'm gonna
You can
leave.
choose, Aggie. You can choose to take one
I've never tried
and put
these.
the other one back, or
Never
you can
tried.
choose to take none.
Aggie, choose one.
Okay, he doesn't need 2 people telling him to do. He's my dragon. Let me handle this.
Peasant.
Aggie, would you like one or none?
One backpack it is.
No, Aggie.
And he finishes smushing the other 2 and it just like slowly draws the knapsack
Aggie,
shut.
what am I gonna do with you?
Not put me in the backpack till I drink some of these. I'm not gonna fit.
I'm gonna grab one and put it in mine.
Hey, there's more on the shelves. There's a bourbon, and he's like tickling it
grab
back
the
and forth with his
bourbon.
claw. Yeah. See, I do it.
Aggie, are you ready for this mission?
I'm gonna leave the 2 of them to figure out what's happening,
I
and I'm
don't
gonna
know.
go and make myself look more presentable. Like I'm not about to like do what I'm gonna do.
What do you mean?
I'm not on a mission. Like I'm here just to play cards.
Gotcha. I was like, what are you dressed in anyway?
What are you dressed in anyway?
I think I'm dressed in like probably like just. I'm thinking about
This
my
is a good
armor, but I don't have
question.
my armor on. But I'm only
Well,
imagining my
typical
armor.
travel clothes is like a heavy coat with like fur lines.
Yeah, because we
and,
come
like,
from
'cause
a colder
it's cold
colder
up
climate,
here.
so like obviously like
Travel boots.
yeah, and then like
yeah. the leather under,
Leather
and then
pants.
the armor over top of it.
Yeah, or like the pants that are like suede or leather or whatever. That's just what I'm dressed in.
So you're
These
dressed
baby
in-
seal
Yeah.
boots.
No,
No?
no.
No? Okay.
How dare you?
That's what you're in?
That's bad. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
what are you in?
Wait, what did you just
I
say?
said baby seal boots.
Listen!
I know.
I just said it was bad to the camera, so people don't
I
go kill
know.
baby seals.
They better
What
not.
are you, what are
For
you dressed
boots.
in?
Are they fish boots? You got manta ray? They're manta ray boots. You wearing fish boots?
I feel like the officer making looks at the camera like,
I've been doing it the whole time.
I just need to do the face when he makes it. Dad jokes.
She's in like this.
Oh,
At the
that's
moment,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she had her coat with her. So she has like suspenders, like the high waisted, like 1920s
So she can't go like that?
styled. I walk. We've been walking quite a bit.
Mhm.
She's just trying to look a little bit more presentable.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like, are you looking at me as Aggie, thinking I should be more presentable too?
Or was you just saying,
Like,
I
what
mean,
are you
you
gonna do?
did just walk for how many days?
Okay, but I don't. Did you find what you're looking for in this hotel room, or do you have something with you?
From the water closet, you hear him go, "There's a giant tub!
Something.
Look!
I know you're very excited.
Oh, look!"
Okay,
I'm
I
gonna
walk
go
in,
And
ahead
it
look
is,
at the
it's a
tub.
giant brass bathtub.
and I say to him, I was like, "Wow, this looks neat. We have to use this later."
When's the game?
We should head down now.
Yeah.
Do we know?
We're gonna go now.
Okay.
We forgot to ask.
Okay.
We're just gonna show up and
All right.
see.
See if we're able to get in. If not, we can.
Yeah.
Blackwalk, excuse me. What is the illicit card game we'd like to play? I've got this sack of cash.
Wait, is Aggie gonna be the one to play and we're just there as his like people?
Sounds like Aggie. I'm gonna.
They're just here to hold the cards.
Hey, Aggie, Aggie,
Hmm?
how good are you at cards?
I don't know.
Hmm.
How good are
Really
you?
good with dice. You could swat them around. With
So-
the cards, I have these little hands.
What if we just hold them for you?
That would be interesting.
I think Aggie is out of this card game.
Hey,
Aggie, when
could
we
play
go to this
Dragus and Dragon Mouth Hold'em.
Aggie, when we go to this card game, Aggie, you have to promise me that you will keep it together. We can't go in there
Do we even
revealing
know
a
what
lot.
kind of card game it is?
No, we'll find out.
We can go in there like telling them everything about ourselves. Like, make sure you're on guard and that you're watching yourself. And don't share information with any of the people that you see there.
Not even if they give you scritches.
Yeah. I need you to be really alert.
What do you think I am?
You're Aggie.
I have
think-
always acted with your best interest at heart.
I do,
gonna take a sip of
I do
bourbon.
understand that. I would never think otherwise. And,
And I'm a meticulous judge of character.
Yes, you are.
mhm, and Aggie,
Trusted me.
sometimes get a little anxious.
You can see the spark
And
of a
you-
good person in someone if you look just right.
You get a little anxious, and you don't have a lot of
Still
boundaries
looking over here.
with stranger danger. And so you really helped me and Lorelai out if you just were really careful.
I feel like you know your way around that.
Good. Then we're all in agreement. We're ready to go.
Fixes her hair.
Um,
Brushes yours quickly.
like a rodent, a bird, like
Uh,
just
like,
fly out.
as you were talking to Aggie, she's fixing her hair.
And then I stand in front of the mirror and just make sure that, like, I'm a little bit...
Finds
Yeah.
random perfume and sprays.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the bathroom area, there's like a counter with a wash basin.
Yeah.
And around it are like a bunch of different like oils and shampoo looking things
Spritz,
and like
spritz,
lotiony
spritz.
looking stuff.
Hey,
and,
I
like,
don't...
a whole
I
bunch
still am,
of-
like,
like a whole
I'm not
bunch
like a
of
homeless person.
You've been traveling for 3
I'm
days.
literally,
You're a
like,
little
put
stank.
together. I am...
third day is when it starts to really ripen. That's
You're on day 3, babes.
that's when you can't not smell your pants. It's
Oh, God. I can't. I'm done. I can't.
You're on day 3. Maybe you should take a bath
That's what
before we
okay,
leave.
you know what? I'm gonna get into the bathtub. I'm gonna take a bath. I'm going to change,
Okay.
but into like just less like
Plate.
bulky stuff. Yeah. Still like pants and boots and like a nice shirt. Well, I don't know if it's a nice shirt. It's just like you
Just
know.
a nicer shirt.
Yeah.
Once it's not so stanky.
And once you get in the tub, you're like, yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah. Aggie was onto something.
Yeah. And you get out and you're like, I do smell better. Like, I've gotten used to the.
Is Aggie also in the tub? Is he perched on the tub? Or is he?
He
Okay.
gave you your privacy.
Yeah. Okay.
He gave you privacy.
He's cleaned himself while you were in the bath.
Okay.
You come out.
I'm just gonna be sitting on the edge of the bed reading.
Okay.
Better, much better.
I figured.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Thank God, let's go. Make our way back out of the room with the key with us.
Mhm.
We have the key. I want
Yeah.
to make
Let's
sure
not lock
it's
ourselves
known.
out.
He's with us. Lock the door behind.
Okay.
And go to the game.
Um,
With the money.
as you guys are heading down the hall,
Yeah.
you watch as the elevator is closing, and you can see a dwarf in there with the operator. He's got a pockmarked face, real sour expression, dark hair,
Uh-huh.
and he sees the two of you and gives you like a lecherous and just a little bit of
Wrinkles.
sparkle comes off of his canine
Don't leave me hanging.
Sorry, I was like
as the door shuts and it starts to click. Yeah.
So there's nothing we can do. The door's already shut.
So we couldn't have
This
y'all
is
hold
you
the door.
see this as, and it's 2/3 of the way down the hallway from where you're at when you see this happening.
Are there numbers at the top that's saying where it's going?
You watching it? It's going down.
No,
It's
no.
going-
Does it tell you what floor it's going to?
I see what you're saying.
I know we're only on 3rd floor, so it can only go to 2nd or 1st. But
Or
does it-
ground.
Oh, I was
Sometimes-
just assuming the
yeah.
1st was the ground floor.
It goes to 1.
Okay. I want to look for like stairs to run down the stairs.
So, yeah, you could.
Okay.
About 1/3 of the way down the hall would have been the stairs.
Okay,
You
run
could
back. I look
Give
at
me
her.
an athletics check to see if you can beat the elevator down.
Athletics, or can
Ah.
I jump and acrobat my way down?
Acrobatics is harder, but you can still try.
Like to try. Nat 20.
But you have to have a do down the handrails.
Can
Yeah.
I use
It
acrobatics
would be
too?
a 24.
Whichever.
Because I have a
one.
-1 on athletics.
Okay.
That's why I
So-
went with acrobatics.
So 14.
Athletics would have been like jumping down multiple stairs at a time.
Yeah.
Acrobatics is like scooting down.
I feel like
the
she would have like
handrails and like
did gymnastic moves over the handrail.
So
and
skip the
you're
stairs.
like you hop up on the arm the handrail and
Mhm.
slide down as she's literally hopping from one rail to the other
Mhm.
like and sliding down like almost like she's grinding the rails down
Mhm.
with her boots.
I am
That's what,
speed.
yeah. She's like
Hey,
she passes by and she's a whole floor below you
Mm-hmm.
and it pops out to see the dwarf walking across the casino.
beautiful.
Now you guys are technically separate at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go after?
I am going to not run after, but I am gonna like make my way.
He's not running.
But I'm also trying to make
He's-
it look like I'm
he's
not.
walking
obviously
through the
you don't
place.
want to
scene.
Exactly.
He's doing this smug waddle through the place.
He knows.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
You can tell. You can just vibe the guy's a jerk.
I'm walking with purpose.
And you start to follow, and you come out to where you're on the ground floor now, and you can see her
Going
in the
in
crowd,
front.
but you can't see the dwarf.
But you see me.
Yeah, so I'm walking
And
with
she's
purpose.
making
so-
her way through people. The place now, since you've been upstairs for just a little bit,
It's
has
full.
like about twice as many people are in here, and a lot of people are coming in, like dressed really nice, and like
Heard.
the bar's starting to get full. He looks like he's headed towards the exit.
Well, I'm gonna go follow her because she's onto something. If I can't see him, I'm gonna chase after her.
Yeah. I'm gonna. How many steps behind him am I?
About 20.
About
You're
20?
about 20 feet behind him.
Is there any way to maneuver to get closer towards him?
Can I send
you're
Aggie?
fast enough to where he's moving at about 20-25 feet, and you're moving, I think, 35.
Yeah.
So even if you go off a little bit to the side and kind of weave around him, you're gonna slowly catch up to him.
Okay.
Can I send Aggie?
Because I would like to accidentally like stumble near him.
Aggie's gonna take up and he's gonna go up to some of the lighting and like hop from lighting to lighting above everybody's kind of perspective.
Yeah.
It's gonna take him a little longer to catch up, but he will catch up before you do.
I would like to kind of stumble
Okay.
in front of him.
Mhm.
Like, I'm so sorry.
And like as you stumble and start to block his path, you see he's got his hand raised back like he's about to hit you.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Get out of the way!"
And I'm just gonna laugh, like almost like I've had too many drinks. I'm so sorry.
He's like, "I wish I had the time to train you right." And he walks past you.
I'm also, while I do that, I'm gonna look at him. Do I notice anything on his person indicating, like, remember how I asked about marks earlier? Is there any symbol or mark?
He's got like a signet ring on the
Okay.
pinky, which in this lighting you can't tell what it is because it's flat and just like carvings
Yeah.
in it. But it looks like it's made of like copper,
Okay.
which is an unusual thing
Yeah.
in and of itself. But he's decked out in like dark colors. Like he's wearing like a baggy travel hood, like that's down at the moment, and he's wearing like you can tell the stuff's nice, but it's just like either it looks old or it looks weather worn or something. Like there's money here, but it's like not he's cheap.
Yeah. It's on purpose.
Something like that. Because
Yeah.
he's not above being ostentatious. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can tell
He
with
has
the
the
tooth.
and all that.
But yeah, he just steps around you, and he's almost to the front of yours.
Okay. How has Aggie caught up?
Um,
Did I buy us enough time falling in front of him to
For
have
me to
Aggie
catch
catch
up?
up? Or
Well,
was
Aggie
it-
caught up before
about
me.
this point, you catch up to her, and you guys don't see Aggie. Aggie's sneaky.
Okay.
I'm gonna gesture ahead, but I'm still gonna keep up the gaze like something's not right with me. That way, if anyone, no one catches the slip. And I'm gonna point out the door and say, "Did you see those lights outside?"
He makes it past the guards at the entrance and starts stepping down the stairs into the street.
Perfect. I'm also gonna be like, I think we need to go outside. I think I need some air.
Let's go. So, are you leaning on me or like are we?
I'm gonna
Out of the,
purposely lean
out of
on
the
you, but
corner
pull
of
you
your
close.
eye
Yeah.
up towards the top of this entrance, because it's really high doors.
Yeah.
You do catch motion that like almost like a bat flying through the
Yeah,
air,
Aggie.
and you don't catch enough of what it was, but
I know who it is.
Pretty sure it's
Yeah.
Aggie.
So I'm following.
We need to go outside now, please.
We're
I
following
need some air.
I got you.
You're not going fast enough.
So I'm like down. I'm dragging her with me, and I would say I want to pick up pace. I'm like
I would say
again. I'm like literally on a mission.
Are you trying to blend it? Because there's not a super big crowd, but there's a lot of people in the street coming and going from the different restaurants and stuff like that. It's like being in like downtown.
yeah.
I feel like I don't. For me, I'm not concerned about blending because I don't really stand out. Like
yeah.
I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just
Are you trying to
following.
not draw his attention,
I don't.
or are you just beelining it to him? There's a
I think
difference.
I'm beelining it to him. Honestly.
I'm trying to be a little sneaky. Cause,
Well, remember, me and you are on
sneaky
different.
is half speed. That's what I'm asking.
but I'm also like right now. My goal is to get outside. I'm not saying I'm gonna run straight after him right away
Okay.
because I still want to play it off like I need
Yeah,
it
Then-
but
there.
you need
then
to
on
tell my
this-
character that because remember,
on
Well,
this,
as we're
on this
running.
one though, this isn't like a check to come after him. This is a
Yeah.
check to try to play off the silliness.
Yeah,
Make a deception check.
deception. Also, I could have sworn that I had deception as something we just like was supposed to be higher, and I don't have that.
Is it like misselected then?
I think it might be.
because your
Which
character.
skill's not correct then?
It's my deception, I believe.
I know, but like which one is up instead of that one?
Well, that's the thing. I'm.
You have acrobatics, Arcana,
Why do I have?
insight. Why do you have Arcana?
That's what
I
I'm-
think it's pretty
I
background.
need you to edit out
Oh,
these
yeah.
videos of me yawning very loudly.
Oh, babe, stop that!
Keep it
I'm
in.
thinking this entire time.
You have stealth, perception,
Okay.
religion, medicine, insight, Arcana. I think it's Arcana. I think that's not right.
Arcana doesn't sound right.
Wait.
I could have sworn I had deception when we went through.
From your,
Arcana might
You
make
have-
sense from
you have-
Acolyte.
you have.
Because religion comes from her background.
You have Arcana from your species. I'll change it to deception.
Thank you.
what I was trying to tell you out of character is that remember, we're
Just
here for
reload
different.
reload the character.
Well, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, let me know because my character.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. As we're running.
So with that, what is your deception check?
It's out +2, but I have to roll still. But while we're doing this, get me out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna be like, under my breath, in between giggles, I'm gonna be like, he went out the front door.
Yeah, I'm making.
Yeah.
I thought we were already outside.
I'm saying this as we're running.
Oh, okay.
It is going to be a 17.
Doesn't seem to notice or care.
Okay.
One way or the other, and he's making his way down the road.
So we successfully made it outside.
He's headed towards the deeper into the entertainment district, which is going to end up. That quickly turns into the seaside entertainment area, where
Okay.
like a lot of.
Is he gonna pass by where I came from?
No, that'd be back the other direction.
Do I have any knowledge of the back roads in which he's going along?
Kind of, because it's still in the same curve.
Yeah.
He's headed towards the
Is
docks.
he on the main street?
Like if he stays on this main street, he's gonna run right into
So
the
he's on
docks
the main-
area.
He's gonna probably won't get on a.
Do you want to stay on the main street? I'll go side street
Sure.
and try to cut him off.
Sure.
So let's go ahead and do that.
Hello.
You guys continue down the street, and along the main road, you watch as it's your main road, right?
Mm-hmm.
You watch as he takes a left and cuts down an alley towards the back streets.
So he's heading towards me.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, I could follow him, but you're already.
I'm already heading that way.
But I could. Are you heading from the opposite way toward? Because you know.
He just went into an alley. Is
No,
he
I
going
know.
on that same alley I'm on? Is what we're wondering.
as he comes out, are you following down?
Yeah,
there?
that's what I would.
Okay.
That's why I figured she's also in the alley. But are you? Like,
I'm already in the. I'm trying. I guess what,
basically, he's sandwiched. You're there. He's there, and I'm following him.
does he see do I see him and does he see me?
You watch as he steps from the alley into like the crosscut alley into the back alleys,
Okay.
and he takes a left and starts heading in your direction.
I'm gonna continue giggling and I'm gonna make it look like I'm stumbling.
You about this point you would he's about 60, 70 feet from you. As you would hit the mouth of the alley that's hitting the back alleys, it's teeing into the back alleys.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
His back is to me.
Mm-hmm.
And no one else is around.
I would for now.
It's real quiet back here. You see a giggling her off in the distance,
Mm-hmm.
and him walking with purpose, not
Towards.
directly towards her, but down the middle of this alley.
Well, I'm gonna trust her and wait. I'm just gonna follow and keep an eye.
He's gonna go, and at this point you'd be about 40, 30 feet behind him
Mhm.
at the rate that he's going. And then when you're about the same distance away, he stops, and he goes, "I think this is a good place to teach a lesson." And that's where we're gonna end tonight's session.
Okay. You edit it. You're gonna edit this, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he can edit out the parts that. Because Phil was like, "Oh, he can't edit it." I'm like, "No, he can definitely
I'm
edit
not
it."
editing anything. It's gonna be amazing. No.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah. Well, oh, that's right. Separate microphones.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the things of me yawning because I'm so
Well,
tired.
They'll see you doing it.
They'll see you.
No,
You'll-
he can.
No, 'cause
We'll
if
put fireworks in the
somebody's
background.
Talking,
Thank you for
can't
joining
cut it
us
out.
tonight. I'll see you next time, guys.